Ladies and gentlemen, I know I am the last person in the world to read this chapter, but we are back from Anime NYC, and so it's time to react to One Piece chapter 1124. I have not been spoiled on any specific events, but I do know a couple things. I'm sure all of you have read it, so hopefully I'm not spoiling you, but I know KIZARU's in it, and that's the main thing, because that's my boy. So I'm looking forward to it regardless. I did hear it was a short chapter, but I'm just, I'm happy that I didn't get spoiled despite being at Anime NYC, despite getting to hang out with all the other creators, which was a blast just like last year. If you guys ever have a chance to go, you definitely should. There's probably a good chance you get to meet up with us because a couple viewers did get to meet up with us and hang out with us all night. And, we were up till real late in the morning just, chopping up about One Piece with Rogers Base, King of Lightning, JD Legend, Brago, Hidden Island, Parvision, Kev DOG, Eden's Blue. There's a ton, so many people there. Doron's World, Tamir's Verse. We had an awesome time. Commodore Laz was there. I got to meet him. It was an awesome time, y'all, for real. We'll talk more about that towards the end if you guys want to hear some details. I got some merch here to show you guys if you guys care about it. I'm not going to show you guys everything right now because I'm sure most of you are here for the chapter, but I do want to show you this. I've got the coolest Xbox controller in the world. They only had a couple One Piece ones, and this was the last Law one, and I thought it was the coolest. But this controller is badass, and that was my big purchase of the convention. Definitely need to. That's gonna incentivize me to play on Twitch more often. So, because I keep saying I'm going to, and I keep not doing it, but now I have all the incentive. But yeah, it was an awesome time. If you guys ever have a chance to go, definitely do so. And then lastly, I want to give you all a massive thank you because the reason why, we're able to go to Anime NYC and why, the community is big enough to even, have that be a possibility and everything is because of you guys and the One Piece community as a whole, right? It's, I was a fan of all these guys before I made content, and it's just crazy to see how much it's grown since then, and this has become an annual thing for us. And like I said, if anyone ever wants to go, we will definitely meet up. Isaac, I'm sorry I didn't get to meet up with you. Axd, Charlotte, obviously we got to hang out again, which is awesome. That's 2 years in a row now. So seriously, if you guys ever have a chance to go, hit me up. We're gonna make things happen for sure. But we'll get back on Anime NYC later because it was an awesome time. I was literally on a New York subway 7 hours ago, and here I am. I'm very tired, so I'm sorry if I seem a little low energy. I'm on 3 hours of sleep right now, but I have a One Piece chapter to read, and so it doesn't matter how tired I am, we're gonna do it. Real quick, I saw a couple donations I want to get to, and I see some chats I also want to get to. Also, actually, before all that, let me go look at the poll real quick. Let me see if you guys are making any sense here. All right, I'm glad that spicy sweet chili did not win because I hear everyone say that's their favorite Dorito, and it's just not the best one. I'm gonna be real; it's not even worth in the conversation. I only put it there because everyone else says it. But Flamin' Hot's my favorite. But I can understand why it's coming in last because some people can't handle the heat. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I get that. But Cool Ranch is definitely slept on. I'm gonna say that much. That's for sure. Adam Tree, member for 6 months, my goat. Adam, I made you a mod, by the way. I made a lot of you guys mods today. Hopefully I keep doing that. I mean to do it more, I just forget. You said 6 months is crazy. Enjoyed the chapter, bro. I will. I'm super excited. Like I said, all I know is it's a KIZARU chapter, and that's cool with me. That's a win. Thank you for sliding in as always, my man. Like I said, can't wait to see you in Elbath. ZMP323, member for 17 months. Yo, Captain Dak, how was Anime NYC? Oh, well, I just answered that, but I guess I'll just say real quick that it was an awesome time. Last time I got to meet a lot of creators, but this time, I got to meet Jay for the first time, Brago, Rogers Base. Roger was hilarious because, he had other things going on in New York, but he caught up with us as much as he could, and it was awesome to get to talk to him about some stuff. But it was an awesome time for real. Definitely going to go again next year. John Stoops with the $10. Thank you, John. Thank goodness. I was beginning to think we'd have no Dak reaction this week. Don't worry about that, my friend. We're going to do it every week. I actually wanted to join Roger's base because he was trying to hold a group reaction today. I don't know if other people went. I didn't get to look because I don't want to get spoiled. I did want to join him, but I had to leave. But you'll always have a reaction. But life got a little too busy this week or something. Get ready for some peak. Hope Anime NYC was a blast. It absolutely was. For real. The only time I'm going to be this late is if I guess I should be careful there. I'm gonna definitely keep doing the scans for now, definitely. But don't be surprised if someday I do have to do the officials and go on Sunday. It's just we're always trying to be safe. Right now, it seems like we're good. If anything ever changes, Sunday could be a possibility down the road, to be honest, for a lot of us. But because a lot of people do transition over to officials eventually. But for now, we're definitely still doing the scans. It was just Anime NYC. But John, thank you for real. Lol Sauce McGee, member for 19 months, one of the OGs. Gang, let's get this bread. Like D-Stream. Yes, guys, please like D-Stream if you wouldn't mind. I see we have almost 100 people here. That is awesome. Seriously, thank you guys, because like I said, I know I'm like the last one to read this thing. Which I'm glad I can still give you a reaction, because like if I got too spoiled, then it would be kind of like I'd be forcing it. But yeah, I'm still good. So major shout out to everyone for not spoiling me, because most of the people there did read it. But yeah, please like D-Stream, because probably gonna be a solid reaction with my boy KIZARU in it. That's all I know. Kush Daddy, $10. Easy answer right here. But Pearl Jam or Nirvana? So all respect to Pearl Jam. All right, no disrespect whatsoever. Love Pearl Jam, but this is an easy Nirvana answer for me. Easy. I mean, well, Nirvana did have some Guitar Hero songs, which is what I always go to. That's like my main rock and roll reference. But I mean, I Smells Like Teen Spirit, solid song. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I haven't listened to Nirvana in a long time. Hold on. That's not my favorite one. That's just the one I always think of. Heart-Shaped Box. Oh man, there's so many on here that are just, they're all. I might be listening to some Nirvana later, my guy. Thank you for that, Kush Daddy. Kush Daddy, I also made you a mod even before I saw that, so glad, well deserved. You day one homie. Canadin, I think I'm saying that right. Starts with the Q, so you never know. But Canadin, I think, member for 3 months. Appreciate you. Enjoy the chapter. I absolutely will. This might be I don't know, but this might be the final chapter of Egghead for real this time, or we'll see. It seems like it's over. Let's see. Was there a couple more? Oh wow, thank you guys. Wow, it just all loaded at once. Wow. You guys are awesome. It's crazy. Caleb Brown, member for 14 months. Sad I didn't make it. My boy Caster was my stand-in. Oh, you know Caster? Oh, I was with Caster all night, man. That's awesome. Caster's hilarious. Caster, and the chance you see this, great meeting you, dude. Hilarious time. We went to, well, I mean, all of us were together, but he sat right next to me at the Korean barbecue place, so we were chopping it up for sure. Laz was right next to us too, and Doron's World, it was great. But Caleb, if you ever make it, man, you hit me up for sure, definitely. Knack reacts with a $7 Canadian super chat, my guy. I actually modded you also. Hope you had a great time, King. I absolutely did, man. Seriously, I'm running on E right now. Like, I am legitimately gonna go dive into bed right after this is over. But it was so worth it, for real. All the subway rides that were crazy for someone who's not from New York, all the trouble was worth it. Kuya Pixels, my goat, $5 super chat. I just lost it. There it is. Did you go to the Hypeland booth in Anime NYC? They have some good One Piece merch now, and they do tons of collabs with other anime. Yeah, I did go look around. I mean, the shirts were pretty cool. Like, the problem with Anime NYC is they have so many booths that even though the Hypeland stuff is really cool, and like, normally I would want to buy it, when there's like 4 stalls next to it that have stuff like this, I got this last Anime NYC, but like a Blackbeard cloak, it's really hard for me to get excited about the Hypeland stuff, because I know I can buy that offline, or it's going to become more available over time and stuff. But like this kind of like knockoff random stuff, like they had One Piece baseball jerseys and hockey jerseys and stuff like that, which low-key, I mean, they're really cool, but there's not enough of them. Or like some designs, I'm like, oh, you could have done a lot more. I feel like someone needs to dive in and give us some One Piece basketball and football jerseys and all that, because that just goes so hard. It just, like, melding those two worlds is perfect. So, but yeah, I think we're caught up, and that is amazing. Seriously, thank you guys. I had no idea what to expect today, doing this so late. I'm like literally the last one, which never happens. But still over 100 people. That's amazing. Seriously, guys, I can't thank you enough. When I was with the other creators, we talked several times about how amazing the community is, and just like none of us would be there without it. Both, I mean, sure, the financial part is a aspect. I'm not going to ignore that, But I think the crazier part is the community side, because if the One Piece community is not what it was, and it wasn't as big and interconnected as it was, and just all that kind of stuff, there wouldn't be a world where we get together for this and talk about One Piece all night. You know what I mean? Like guys, last night we were in a big circle playing drinking games about One Piece. We were debating theories. We were talking about the end of the story. We were literally theorizing, and multiple times we're like, how are we doing this? We get all the way out to New York, and we're just talking theories again. And it's just, that's what the community's about. You know, we all love One Piece, and it's just awesome, man. We're all living in a special time, for real. Guys, please like the stream if you have not already, because we are actually going to get into the chapter now, for real. We will talk more about Anime NYC later if you guys want, but I need to read this. I all weekend I had to stop people from talking because I didn't want to get spoiled, and they were very nice about it, of course. But oh, also, hold on, one other thing, actually two other things. We are going to get into the chapter, I'm not lying, but one thing I wanted to check real quick. You guys might be able to help me out with something. Guys, if you guys would not mind, head over to the Chestnut Tanuki's channel and subscribe to her if you have not already, because she is literally at 99.9k subscribers. So why don't we just go ahead and fix that up and get her to 100k, because it's like literally the next person to do it could be the 100,000th person. So and also major shout out to Parvision, who hit 100k like a week or two ago. I think I may have already given him a shout out, but we all love Parvision, no question. You guys know that's one of my goats. Meeting him in person's always awesome. Him and his family. Par is one of the most genuine dudes in the world, so major shout out to him. Chestnut's also great, so let's get her to 100k, because she's pretty much there. Could literally be you. And also Knack Reacts joined the Afro Gang, and then also gifted 5 memberships to the Afro Gang. Welcome, Javi Sosa. I saw you like Flamin' Hot Doritos, which I totally agree with. Those are my goats right there. Morio Anime, Khalifa Al-Rabi, Michael Evans, another goat of the channel. Natsu D Salamander, I like that name. And then y'all ain't gonna let me get into the chapter, are you? Law Sauce McGee, the literal day one OG goat with the 10 gifted memberships. Everyone who just got one from either of these guys, I am going to be posting about the next TCG giveaway tomorrow. So if you want to sign up to get free TCG cards and you live in US and Canada, sign up on the community post, the members only one that's going up tomorrow. Everyone who just got one will be able to see that post and can sign up. Thank you guys, Ball Sauce, for giving those 10, and also Knack Reacts. You guys are amazing. It's 15 more people who might have a chance. Y'all are seriously awesome. Two of the like most consistent goats of the channel right there. And I think I'm caught up. Y'all are great, for real. This is what I'm talking about with the community. It's just it's awesome, man. It's a great life to live, you know. It's honestly touching to see. It seriously means a lot. Michael, did you say Chestnut hit 100k? Hold on, did that actually just happen? Did we actually push her past? Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm gonna text her right after this and let her know she can thank me later. Thank you guys later, but you know what I mean. Y'all are awesome. Does anyone know who was 100k? Did someone hit subscribe and see the number change? I want to know if the 100,000th is here, because that would be cool to know. Because usually you don't know. You can't really look it up, but maybe now we would. Javi, was it actually you though? Not that I doubt you, but I realized after I said that people would easily lie and get the notoriety. But if it was, I'll that's awesome if it was you. I'm gonna tell her, because that's interesting. I don't think we've ever had that situation where we knew who it was. Yeah, I was 99.9 when I put the link, and then it was 100 the next time. So I seriously think it was one of you guys, which that's amazing. All right, real quick though, guys, I am gonna get into the chapter for real now, just so I can read it and get the info, and then we can talk about whatever the hell you guys want. Anime NYC, anything. But thank you guys for helping Chestnut get to 100k. We were waiting for that all weekend, and it's awesome that it finally happened. So, all right, we're into the chapter. 1124. Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 12. Foiling a kidnapping on the way to Curry. And so I wonder if that guy who tried doing the kidnapping is going to come back in the next cover story, like the next edition. I feel like that person who's running away is going to be important. I wouldn't even be surprised. I don't feel like throwing her under the bus, but I wouldn't be surprised if this woman here is actually the bad person. Just, I don't know. That feels like some Oda would do. Like this guy was actually trying to help or something, because this seems very interesting. But regardless, Yamato cover story is still not moving that fast, but hey. Oda's doing something here. I know he's cooking. All right, end of the chapter. Oh, big news. All right. Come on, let's rock. Of course he wants to act. We're sitting on some juicy scoops. Stoke their fears. Paint a picture of the bleakest future possible. Whew. Man, that might be what the real life news organizations are saying. Real talk. Oda knows what he's doing there. Use their desperation to push more World Economic Journal papers. That's gross. Even Vegapunk showed some optimism. Vivi, I love you. Mind your business, girly. I'll expose you if you don't zip it. What's wrong with you, you overgrown squawking liar? No one with a brain will dance to your tune. Oh, that's a fire line right there. We got Wapple all shocked back here. We still got these people like in love with Vivi in the back. Because that was like, I think that happened in the last couple times we saw her. Hey, Vivi-chan, we don't get to upset the fine gentleman and lose our only safe haven now, do we? We can't pass this up. Even the truth is captivating now. The whole world's sinking. Kuwahaha. Did we... I mean, that's probably always been his laugh, but I don't think I've ever seen it spelled that way. But anyway, I'm top dog up in the sky anyway. Is that... Alright, is that true, though? So this upcoming era is perfect for me. That is interesting to think about it that way. I mean, he's also an albatross, which, like... They can cover the most distance flying, like, of all birds, right? Like, but they glide. They don't actually fly, so it's kind of cheating. But they can go the furthest distance in the air also. So he's, like, really... I mean, he's equipped. I hope you won't come to regret talking back to me, princess. As if the world is ending anyway, I'm not going to grovel just to save my own neck. Damn. I love Vivi. We were doing a drinking game at Anime NYC, just real quick story. And we were the way it worked is if you couldn't think of an answer quick enough, then you had to drink. And so we were doing waifus, and on my first turn, I said Vivi immediately. Not that, I mean, other people already said Robin and Nami and stuff, so, like, you know, I only had so many options because you can't double up. But Vivi was my immediate answer, because I love this. Kuha, okay. Just look at all the stories we've got to pick from. Hey, Vivi-chan, cool it. Man, Wapple's real worried about this. Emperor Blackbeard versus Trafalgar Law. Emperor Shanks versus Eustace Captain Kidd. And Emperor Straw Hat ruthlessly killing Dr. Vegapunk. Liar. Come in. Don't tell me everyone's dead. Oh, we got Sentomaru on a little rowboat. Alright, look. The Marines are gonna let this happen. I'm cool with Sentomaru living, whatever. That's fine. We're gonna let Sentomaru just take a little rowboat and get out of here. Like, we still have a Gorosei on the island. Kizaru is still around. Like, everyone's escaping Egghead at this point. What happened? Egghead. So we see Kizaru, my goat. Borsalino, what are you cooking, man? I've heard about you all week. You're awful loud, huh? Why are you the one picking up, Borsalino? What happened to the others? And everyone's still passed out. They're all laid out and foaming at the mouth. What's going on with Saint Saturn? Is he safe? What about the power station? Did any of the targets escape? Akainu, bro, get off your ass. You're asking all these questions. Come help if you... Come on. The dude's a pencil pusher. I'll let the youngsters give you the details when they're up. You better not be slacking off again, Borsalino. Hey, Sakazuki, I'm curious. What the F is he about to say? I feel like this is what all the thumbnails... all I've seen is Kizaru's face everywhere. Have you ever had to kill your best friend? Dude. You can feel the weight of the scene hitting already. You can tell. Like, he doesn't even want to give the details. He has something else he wants to talk about. Alright, Kizaru, what are you cooking? That's a damn big head. I'm with the Navy. The name's Borsalino. How much you gonna pay me, huh? This arrest is all a facade. You guys want my brain working for you, right? So how much funding are you willing to give for my research? Huh, you're an interesting guy, huh? What are you gonna do with this place? I'm gonna call it Egghead. When we're done, it'll be an island 500 years in the future. Lend me a hand, Borsellino. Hey, you know I'm an admiral now, right? Dude, hold on. This panel with Kizaru's shades and Vegapunk's body and reflecting in the shades, amazing. I know it's a small little panel in the corner, but that hits so hard for some reason. That is an amazing panel, especially because earlier in the arc, he was like, I should have brought a darker pair of shades. And it's just, Oda, that you're cooking. You think I'm slacking off, Sakazuki? Everything's on fire. I love that question. Oh my god. Well, if you've got time to waste doubting me, come and see for yourself, you damn ingrate. This panel hits so hard, bro. Oh my god. We've never seen that kind of emotion from Kizaru. Ever. Oh my god, bro. Crying, snot coming out of his nose, pissed at Akainu for being a pencil pusher and doubting his boys because they're out there trying to do his work, and he's just Akainu's the asshole manager at Chipotle right now who's bitching at people because, you know, maybe they're short staffed and he's complaining about stuff. It's like, dude, I'm doing my best here. Or even worse, because I was a GM at Chipotle, so I know this pretty intently. Or if you're off that day and things are going poorly and you're yelling at everyone, it's like, okay, why don't you come in and fix it? That he's channeling that energy. He's the angry service manager right now. That was my bad, brother. Just watch your mouth. Akainu, you got stuff to learn, my guy. Akainu, I like that. This is a good growth opportunity for Akainu to be a better leader. I like that so much. It's so quiet. I guess the party was officially called off. It's odd to stop after just one drink. Yeah, and it's strange to see Luffy so dejected. But I get it. We failed to accomplish our main goal. Please, can you take me away from Egghead? We had the 5 Elders, an Admiral, CP0, the Seraphim, and an armada of warships to get through. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. It's a miracle we got out of that hellscape at all. I'm with you there. It's pathetic. He's an emperor now. An old man dying shouldn't affect him this badly. That's a bit harsh. Oh, and then so Lilith is awake? You're awake. Phew, thank goodness. Are you alright, Lilith? Lilith-chan. Oh, right. We're on the giant ship. No wonder everything's so massive. Oh my god, that's awesome. They're on, like, the couch and it's huge. I love that. This will be a bitter pill to swallow, but we have to tell you. We weren't able to save any of the other Vegapunks. Please forgive us. Atlas hit you pretty hard, so it's understandable if you're disoriented. I see. It's okay. I've already heard about what happened. Heard? From whom? So she probably tuned into Punk Records? But wait, but the other Vegapunks would have uploaded it? I guess I'm gonna have to... Or Edison isn't confirmed dead yet? I don't know. Maybe they'll say. I just need to cry for a bit. How are you the evil one again? Hey, I'm hungry. Oh, what? Lilith, what is going on? It must be because I'm no longer connected to York. Oh! That's really interesting context right there. Like, if they're not connected to each other, they lose the utility of the other ones. That adds so much context. You got over it fast. Well, if you're hungry, the giants left us a lot of fruit. Say, the atmosphere from that table seems a bit gloomy, doesn't it? Damn it all. We promised to save Apple Gramps. Damn. Luffy's been beating himself up over what happened. He's so down. He's only had 5 bunches of grapes. No chill dill. You in the chat? If you want, you're great. Luffy's been eating the grapes that you've been wanting from me. You gotta talk to Luffy if you want grapes. That's plenty. I mean, I guess 5 bunches of grapes is a lot. You know, if they're giant grapes, but still. I see. So Luffy's been taking it badly. It's all right though. I just heard about it, and I'm sure. What do you mean you heard about it? A second ago, I was crying because I was sad about everyone's deaths. However, it's all a matter of perspective. Here's the truth. To put it simply, everyone's alive. Because of Punk Records, I'm taking it. Also, I love how Brook has the little flames next to him. Wow. Even if they're functionally dead. I don't get it. So, they're ghosts? Basically, what I'm trying to say is that you kept your promise to me. So don't be so glum, Luffy. Yo! Yo. Seems like you're doing better, huh, Straw Hat? Hey, Giants. Thanks for helping us out. Hey, so you're feeling fired up now? Then let's have that feast. Bring the food. Get the booze. Zoro, Luffy is... I've been waiting for this. Feel free to pig out. If we're going to Elbaf, we may see Saul. That's great, Robin. Oh, man, Robin. Yeah, oh, I'm pumped for Robin to meet Saul, that's for sure. Give us a toast for the ages, Straw Hat. Vegapunk basically said whoever finds the One Piece will shake the world, right? Yeah, and who do you think's gonna get it and be the Pirate King? Hey, that's why I set sail in the first place. That's so true. And I don't care if you're with me or against me, because I'm definitely gonna be King of the Pirates. Cheers. And so, the ship set course to the northeast, to the long-awaited land of the giants, the fabled country of Elbaf. New World, Warland, Elbaf. Come on then. What awaits them in the land of the giants? Okay, so we got another mystery guy, and we have a break next week. Okay. So we have another mystery character, so I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm sure you guys have been theorizing about this for, 5 days now or whatever, but is that the same silhouette from 2 chapters ago from the one, go get the One Piece thing? Like, whoever gets it is going to shake the world or whatever. Is that the same guy? That's probably, like, whoever that guy is, I feel like that's the most likely is it's going to be the same guy, because Oda would be, like, it's weird that Oda would have 2 different silhouetted guys back to back, but it could not be the same guy, honestly. I don't know who it would be, because we saw Shanks left, right? And he already said he was going to leave, and we saw the ship had left Elbaf successfully, like, 2 or 3 chapters ago, so it's not going to be him, which I don't even know if that would be silhouetted, because, like, we would know. Does the outfit give anything away? Because that looks like it could be like a really wide collar on a shirt, or it could be a hairstyle. He's definitely drinking. I feel like the guy from the Crocus cover story, I don't know why, maybe because he's drinking and sitting down, so it's just like a similar thing. The hair isn't coming in the back, which you would think, but like the pose is very similar, but I would doubt it's him just because the hair would be connected. You guys are gonna have some good guesses on this. This is... I'm not sure. I'm gonna see what you guys are saying, and we're gonna bounce some ideas off each other here. But very, very solid chapter. Very good in between chapter as far as like, transition to the next arc. So I wasn't spoiled. I figured. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I saw a couple comments on some of my videos that probably related to the chapter. They didn't say anything that were happening, but basically, like, for example, one guy commented on my Sphinx Island video, and we're like, "Oh, wrong again." And well, we could easily still go there. Like, it's I brought this up last stream where we had a panel exactly like this where we're like, next stop, Fishman Island, and that was not the next stop. We had like 5 stops before that, and it could happen again. But regardless, because of that comment, I was waiting to see if we actually got to the island, which would be crazy, but we haven't. So, Elbaf's definitely coming. Don't get me wrong, but I still think Sphinx, there's a good chance. All right, let's see what you guys are cooking over here, because I am more than ready to to get into some theories on this last guy here, and I want to see what you guys think about Kizaru, because that hit me. Like that's my guy. Kizaru has always been my guy. That's all, like, since the Cannonball, been my favorite admiral. Not even close. Major shout out to Kuzan. You know, well, Aokiji now we only call him Kuzan, but you guys know what I mean. But that Kizaru panel where he's crying, that's wild. Matt Cypher, member for 21 months, literally one of the OGs of the channel. Like early on, Matt Cypher was in like every video. Albatross are considered good luck on the sea, I think. That's interesting if true. I'm gonna do a quick little Google search just because it would make sense because they can travel so far over the sea, right? Yeah, ancient tales suggest that their presence brings good luck to seafarers. So that's cool. I didn't know that. That is very cool. Yeah, there's multiple sources on that too, so that's very cool. In the poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, an albatross follows a ship setting out to sea, which is considered a sign of good luck. And I guess albatross is a metaphor? Whatever. Oh, psychological burden, but it still ties to this book. That's interesting. But that's cool. I did not know that, Matt Cypher. Kush Daddy with the $2. Poor Sentomaru. This was all on his day off. That is true. Like I said, I'm glad he's alive, but how are we letting Sentomaru paddle through? I mean, it's got to be because Kizaru let him go, kind of similar to maybe Aokiji after Eni's lobby. Like, do you remember when like the Sunny was leaving and they were like, let's go after him, and Kuzan's like, no, we lost today, or something like that, and they didn't go when they easily could have. I feel like that's a similar scene here with Sentomaru. Like, just let him go. We got cooked. No point in killing Sentomaru. Joe D List, I saw one of your chats just in like a regular chat. You said amazing panels, even though I hate Kizaru so much. Well, even though we feel differently about Kizaru, I'm glad that you like those panels. Those the reflection and then followed up with the screaming. Oda hit me with that every week. Man, crazy. Colin Henley with the $10 super chat also says it's your first super ever on a live stream, which if that is true, that's crazy. Thank you very much, Colin. My first live from NYC Stories to the polls and the boost of Chestnut Tanuki's channel. You've really cultivated a positive, chill, and interactive community. Thank you from a fellow Colombian. Wait, Colombian. Wait, do you mean where I live now? Is that what you mean by... Did you live in the same city as me? Is that what you're saying? If true, that's crazy. That's awesome. If that's what you mean. Is that what it's called here? I don't want to dox myself. I think most of you guys know where I live anyway. Is that what you mean? I don't know. Colin, let me know. But either way, Colin, thank you so much. That is that means a lot to hear. We talked about that a little bit at Anime NYC, just the kind of the One Piece community in general versus other anime communities, and even versus our own Discord communities or our own follower communities. And I was really happy to say, and multiple people agreed that, the community here, and for a lot of creators, to be honest, there's a lot of similarities between them, but we have really cultivated a really good group of people here, and that's... Of all the things on YouTube that I've done, I feel like the community that we have is the thing I'm most proud of. We have almost 1,000 people in the Discord, which join if you haven't already. But we have almost 1,000 people, and there's like so few issues week to week on the Discord. Like, multiple people have told me they don't like having one because it's a lot of work that brings drama. It's just an unneeded thing. But I never have those issues because we have such a positive community. It self-polices. Everyone knows what the deal is. We're all here to have a good time. We're all here to enjoy One Piece. We all love the same story. We know why if you like One Piece, usually it's for a somewhat similar set of reasons. Obviously the fights and the epic stuff is cool, but the emotions, the deeper part, the positivity, the adventure, the freedom, we're all I think we're all on the same page, and I'm super proud of the community. So Colin, that seriously means the world to me. Thank you, and thank to all of you guys for doing that, because I'm part of that, but you guys are the community. You know what I mean? And seriously, that's my proudest accomplishment for sure. Although, Colin, I'm curious what you meant by Colombian. Do you mean the city I live in? I still want to know. Are you still in the stream? I'm very curious. Because if you live where I live, I mean, we'll meet up at some point if that's what you meant. But thank you, Colin. Kush Daddy, I think you have a super chat. Yeah, there we go. Silhouette is guy from the cover page sitting with Crocus. My guess is Yorkie or Shiki. So that's awesome you said that. That was the first thing that came to my mind too, because it's the same pose, right? I don't know if it's gonna, like, the hair is the big deal because he has like really spiky hair, and that ties to Shiki really well. That's why I like the idea that that person was Shiki. But now here, there's no hair. Now, could Shiki or whoever that person is shave their head? Absolutely. So I think that's very possible. As for Yorkie, I'm not going to discount the idea that Yorkie's alive. I've heard some pretty good theories on it. I know Randy has a big theory on it. He's a very firm believer in it. I'm not super against it, but I do feel like as a big Brook lover, it takes away a little bit if one of those people that he thought died didn't die. And I get why Yorkie would be the one. He got set out separately, all that stuff. But it's kind of like with Saul living, which, like, I'm okay with Saul living, but it does take a little bit away from how bad it was. Like, obviously, Robin still went through insane amounts of trauma that nobody should ever go through. Like, you know, I don't even need to explain that. But it takes away a little bit. Like, if I were to go watch O'Hara now, like, the Saul scene's not going to hit me as hard because I know he's not actually dead, obviously. So, for Yorkie, I'd feel the same way. So I just hope it's not him, but I see the logic for sure. I'm going to keep reading some chats first before I take some more stabs at this, but I genuinely... This might be a new person, you know? This might just be someone we don't know yet, and Oda's just hyping up an enemy waiting for us, or something. Or maybe it's the man marked by flames. Could that be Deuce? That could be Deuce. If that's Mass Deuce, I'm ready. Also, Kuya, I saw you replied to Kush Daddy and said it's Gaimon. You're actually right. So we already know. Actually, no, Joe D. List said it's Foxy. Okay. It's got to be one of the two. I don't think... I mean, it looks... It could only be Gaimon if Gaimon got out of the chest, which I'm not super opposed to. But I kind of like the Gaimon answer, because the thing that looks like the popped collar going up, that could just be a giant afro. It could just be a big circle, and we're just not thinking of it that way. Actually, you know what? Screw it. That guy has an afro. That's what it is. Steve Irwin 06, that's my cousin. I appreciate you for sliding in. I don't want to say your actual name because I don't know if you want me doxing you, but Steve, I'll call you Steve, even though that's not your actual name. Appreciate you for sliding in, man. I'm excited to see you in like a month or so at my brother's wedding. He already got married a long time ago. His birthday. Sorry. 40th birthday. Dreams Never Die 95 with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my guy. It's actually your 20th super chat ever on a live stream. That's amazing. I'm honored. Look up cover for chapter 631. Oda has hinted at this character for some time. I will look that up right now. One Piece chapter 631. I'm gonna look up the colored version just cause. I got Bing Sake playing in my ear right now, which I love. Man, we should have played Bing Sake last night. I can't believe I didn't. Okay, so this is the Crocus cover story. So yeah, so the thing here is it's similar. Like his hat doesn't match the silhouette here, right? Because he has the hair in the back, and then the hat he has is pointing downward, but the guy in the panel is going like this. Now, could the guy have a different outfit? Could he got a haircut? Could he have switched hats? All that stuff is so possible. So like, I'm not going to completely discount it, but it reminds me of this scene, but that doesn't match. So, I mean, it could... Yeah, if it's going up, it can't be the same hat. Like, there's no way that would work. I mean, maybe this dude who's wearing the hat actually does have an afro, but maybe the hat pushed it down, which, like, a lot of characters kind of have that happen. Like Kuzan has an afro, because we've seen a picture of him as a kid, and he has an afro. But whenever, like... But we've also seen him as an adult, and he has one, but it's always pushed down, right? Like, even when he has the sleep mask, the hair is pushed down and the hair comes down here. But as a kid, it's a full afro. It's just, you know, it's just changed shape. And so, like, could this guy have done it? I mean, Denjiro, like, got mad and changed his whole face and got a perm, like, overnight. So, you know, Oda's changed designs many times before. Like, even the Emperors, that's, like, the most classic one. They didn't look anything like their silhouette. So, like, it could be. I would just guess that Oda's going to keep the design the same. Like, I don't think he would change it in between. That would just be, like, it'd be a weird setup to switch it later. Like, but That seems like the odds-on favorite. If I had to take a guess, that would be the one. And I love this cover story page because Laboon's in the back hyping things up. If that guy in this cover story it likes Laboon, if he's a Laboon enjoyer, then I hope it's him and Elbaf. Maybe we can get an update on Laboon. I'd be cool with that. Like, we know what's going on with Laboon. We know he's waiting. We know he's all good. He's actually getting pumped about stuff, but I don't think the Straw Hats have heard about Laboon, so like another little reminder would be cool. Thank you, Dreams Never Die. David Cott, €5 super chat. Before I even read this, I'm excited. I genuinely haven't read it. Genuinely. I'm gonna bank money on, bet money on this. And bank it afterward because it's gonna be right. That you're gonna give your rating, and there's gonna be some criticism, some valid ones. But I always wait for this every week because I know you always bring the devil's advocate take. I'll put it that way, always. And so I'm excited to read it because I know you and I have talked in the Discord several times about this stuff. 7.5 out of 10. That's solid. That's pretty good, I feel like, actually. But we need to talk about Zoro post time skip. I knew it. That line was even more insensitive in the official. Zoro is now a caricature of himself being so cold. Wait, so hold on. Which line are you talking about? Hold on, let me go up and look. I'm gonna scroll down in case you tell me which line is it? Are you talking about the one from the beginning of the arc where he said like we have a question for Vegapunk and he never asked it? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Knack, I saw you just said you're right this time though. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I just don't know what line you're talking about, but I do agree. Zoro post time skip is a little bit different. Not that he's like bad. I mean, I know I'm about to get flamed for this. If you guys haven't heard this before, this might be a death sentence. But Zoro is my least favorite Straw Hat. Not that he's bad. Nothing's wrong with him. Someone has to be in last place. That's how it has to be. Unless they're tied for last, which that's even worse because then multiple are in last. So Zoro is my least favorite, and I do agree with you. I do think, Zoro's pretty much just been doing a lot of fighting, and that's mainly what his thing has been in the post-time skip. And in the beginning of the, in the pre-time skip, the Usopp scene, there's so many things where Zoro did in the pre-time skip that hit really hard, and I feel like post-time skip, it's been more, he's just fighting strong people, right? Which is, I mean, that's his thing, but, 0 out of 10. Okay, David, you said no, the line's in this chapter. The line in this chapter about Vegapunk. Okay, let me go back up and look. I don't remember off the top of my head. Hold on. Zoro. Where is he at? It's not here. Oh, right here. You mean it's pathetic? He's an emperor now. An old man dying shouldn't affect him this badly. That's a bit harsh. You mean that one? Hey, you know what? I'm fully on board, David. That's actually a little bit slanderous from Zoro. Zoro's losing a little bit of his humanity here. Like that's not what pre-time skip Zoro would have thought. He would have wanted Luffy to like man up or get over it for sure. Because like you look at the Davy Back fight when Chopper got taken over to Foxy's side, and he was telling Chopper, like, you have to be a man now. You chose to be a pirate. You knew that this could happen. So stop whining, because we're going to save you. Like, shut up. You be a man, right? And that goes double, because Chopper is a reindeer trying to be a man, and he's finally getting comfortable with not thinking of himself as a monster, because he's been with the crew. And so for Zoro to, like, push him a little bit further and say, be a man, like a man's man, that's like, I don't know. I love that. That's like pre-time skip Zoro at his peak. Well, I mean, nothing happened. I mean, there's obviously a lot of peaks, but that's for me emotionally. Like, I love the deeper stuff with the characters. That is one of my favorite Zoro moments. And this feels like that, but not as good. Because when he told Chopper to stop crying, be a man, I'm gonna help you. That, like, he's trying to help him, right? Because like he doesn't have to be sad in that situation. It is very reasonable to be upset about someone dying that you're trying to protect in Vegapunk. Luffy should be upset. Yeah, I didn't really say this during my reaction, but Luffy being upset is awesome. He should be. I'm glad Oda did that. I like when Luffy has remorse when he fails. Like we've seen it like at Sab Odi. Obviously that's his crew, so it's even more impactful for him. But like, how upset was he with himself that he couldn't save everybody, right? We already know he feels this way. I actually so agree with that, David. That you're cooking. You're totally cooking. 100% cooking. I actually do not like that line at all. I didn't really catch it. I didn't think of it that much, but I'm actually mad now. I actually don't like that. I hope Oda's going somewhere with it though. Like maybe they're gonna have an impasse with Zoro. Maybe where Zoro gets too like headstrong or negative about things, and then maybe the crew has to knock him down a peg and be like, Zoro, hey, we're not like that. You know, like we care about this stuff. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, and then he's probably gonna say like, well, we're an Emperor's crew. We're trying to do big things. You guys need to be more manly. And we're gonna be like, no, Zoro, we're ourselves. That we're human. Get over it. And so that's why I'm saying Zoro's losing some humanity there. So I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Honestly, I genuinely, I'm still thinking about it. I'm actually mad now at that. I hope Oda's going somewhere. That's all. Who's saying that's a bit harsh, too? We don't really know who's saying that back to Zoro. I assume it's Frankie or Jinbei. The fact someone said that, probably a crew member, is also hinting that this is not a cool thing. Like, the crew isn't going to view Zoro's words positively. Which is interesting, because usually when Zoro speaks up against the crew, it's a positive thing where he's putting them on the right track. Whether it be the Usopp moment with Luffy, or whether it be in chapter 1060 or 1060, when Luffy hears that Vivi got captured, and he's like, let's go to Alabasta, or let's go to Marijois. And Zoro's like, bro, we don't even know where she is. What'd you do when Ace got captured? That's cool. Like, put him back in his place that he should be. Like, that's Zoro's job as the vice captain. Obviously, he's the first mate, not really, but that's how he acts a lot of the time. This is not that, so I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Let's see. Read the one from David. And then Knack reacts with the Canadian $2, my guy. We Pirates, exactly. And I don't know if there was a certain thing I said that you were tying that to, but I'm just gonna say that's what I want Zoro to understand. That, like, they aren't soldiers. Like that's how I feel with Zoro sometimes. Is he's like, we're out here to fight and beat people and be strong, and that's it. And he pushes that on everybody. And again, I don't even know if that's what you were referencing, but I just want to say that's what I want them to tell Zoro, is like, Zoro, we're out here to have fun. We're normal people. We're here to adventure. We're not going to be robots for this goal. We're going to chase our goal, but we're not going to be, you know, like, I don't even know, evil about it, I guess. I don't even know if evil's the right way to put it, but so I don't know if somebody answered him. Okay, somebody did. I keep seeing some questions in the regular chat, and I'm way back behind. And I see you guys answering them all. Thank you, guys. Mr. Bushido with the €5. I've been saying for a while Shiki is an Elbaf. I think the guy at the end is him. I agree with Shiki and Elbaf 100%. I would go above 100% if that made any sense mathematically, but I completely agree. Now the question is that Shiki? Because for that to be Shiki, he would have to have changed his hair. Because the guy in that cover page from 631, he has similar hair to Shiki. Not the exact same, but long, somewhat spiky blonde hair. It's very similar. He would have had to change his hair substantially, right? So, and he would have to have this collar popped or an afro, whatever that round thing is on the side. So, I'm not sure. But I do agree with Shiki there 100%. So I'm with you. I'm fully with you. Joe D. List, I saw you said I agree. Kind of takes a little away from Brooks' insane losses in regards to Yorkie being back. Exactly. And I don't like that because like Robin and Brooke have two of the saddest backstories in the story. I think if you ran a poll asking for sad backstories, those two are in the top 5 easily. Like if you just like, you know, the weighted average or whatever. But would they be in the top 5 if we knew that all these people are still alive, right? Like, God forbid, if Clover is alive, Robin's out of my sad backstory rankings. Obviously, she's still, it's very bad still, but goddamn, if everyone is just living that she thought died, then screw. If Olvia's alive, what are we even doing? You know what I mean? Like, Oda, please, kill. I was in the Discord the other day, some of you guys might remember this. I was like, please, Oda, kill some people. Please, anybody. I want Kuma dead. I want I want I want Saul dead again. Not yet. I'm ready for Robin to meet him, but you know, I need some people to die, man. We can't be doing the opposite. We can't be killing and bringing him back. We can't. We got to stop. We're at the end. We're so close, you know. Jody Liz, you said I was kidding about Foxy. Well, I wasn't. All right, Foxy's pulling up again. You know what? No, I was kidding about Foxy because he's waiting at Laugh Tale. So he's not going to be at Elbaf. He has bigger fish to fry. Let's see. Mr. Bushido again. Or no, I already read that one. Never mind. Or wait. Oh, no, wait. No, I didn't read this one. I think the guy on the cover is Shiki. He wears the same cloak. The hair is short, but I think Shiki is here, as Oda's reminding us of him a lot lately. Yeah, so again, I totally agree. I just think it's just with that, like, if you look at that cover page with the hat is like this. And maybe you said this before I already did the motions here, but the hat's like this, but the collar's like this. And so it wouldn't look that way from the silhouette. Now, I think Always Sunny in Annie's Lobby, I think I saw you say this earlier in the chat. Sorry if it was someone else, but I'm pretty sure it was you. But you can't trust the silhouettes that much. Now this silhouette is like right before we meet the person, presumably. I'm sure we're going to get to Elbaf and see them right away, so it might be a little bit different. Oda probably knows exactly what this person looks like. But normally, I'm okay disregarding silhouettes a little bit. So I'm 50-50. Shiki's coming, though, regardless. If it's not him, it's fine, because Shiki's coming. I still think the most likely answer of all of them is that silhouette is the silhouette from the end of 1122. It's just the same guy. Like, if we're gonna have a random silhouette introduced in one chapter, then two chapters later see him again, that's Oda's getting us ready for that guy. At least that's how I feel. And I think that, not that I fully believe in it, but because I know a lot of people have talked about it, the Shanks brother theory, the Shanks twin, the evil twin, whatever it is, I do think that would make some sense now that we know that person's at Elbaf, because we know that Shanks left, and then if Shanks' brother came and like took his spot right after because he looks the same, maybe that could be some kind of storyline to get Shanks' brother involved, because that's what people thought for the other silhouette. So that kind of lines up. I really hope Shanks can have a brother, but I hope it's not. I hope that guy's not him. I don't want him to be like a game-changing character. I don't want Shanks versus Shanks, you know. Let's see. Dreams Never Die again with the $10. Thank you for your generosity, bro. Seriously. This is maybe a bit random, but the Mystery Man attire is also similar to the Shandorian chief from Skypiea. You mean like the old guy who was like cracked out yelling about crazy stuff and then he died at some point from like old age or whatever? Or do you mean the guy who looks like Garp? Because there's kind of two, right? There's like an older one who was real crazy, but then the one that made more sense took over. You know what I'm saying? But if you mean the Garp one, though, the Mystery Man attire is also similar to the Shandorian chief from Skypiea, who parallels Garp. Okay, well, I should have just kept reading. My bad. If Skypiea is playing a role in Elbaf, it could be him. Not gonna lie, I like that answer. We still have a little bit of the silhouette issue with the popped collar, but with this guy, since he already wears headdresses like a dog one, I could see him having a different dog one on, and so that would actually make a lot of sense. I get like you're kind of saying it's kind of random, like in terms of having like this guy specifically there, the Shandia chief. But I like the idea, because you are right, like the clothes are similar, the stripes, right? They both wear hats in general, like they're different style, but I kind of like that with the Skypiea connections. I don't think it's him, but I like where your head's at with it. I like the outside the box answer for sure. Also, I think some of these chats that I'm about to talk about are regarding the Zoro line, but I do want to bring them up right here. David, you said this sounds like a line that a beast pirate would say. I agree. I actually agree with that. That is yeah. Especially because Zoro was like, he's an emperor now. It's like, so when Luffy becomes a Yonko, he stops caring about people? Is that the point? Like, Zoro, you're a dumbass. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, stop talking at that point. Like, but again, I think that's where it's going. I think Zoro is due for a character adjustment, and I don't mean that like he's a bad character. I just think, like we were talking about, he hasn't had a lot of the emotional stuff in the post time skip. Like nothing happened was one of them. Losing to Mihawk and saying like I'll never lose again. Is that good enough for you, Pirate King? Like, we need some more of that. And it almost feels like Zoro like isn't taking Luffy seriously, like because Luffy's like sad about it. He's like, this, like, really, come on, dude, like you got to this level and you're still gonna be like this. Like, of course he is, Zoro. He's Luffy. He's not a new person. I'm actually so mad about this now. I'm actually like fired up. If I really wanted to, I would make a Zoro slander video just about this, but I don't know if I can deal with that quite yet, but I am fired up. Mr. Bushido with the €2. Do you think Zoro losing humanity is due to Ashura? Very, very good point, Bushido. I like that. I that would be very cool. Or in conjunction with that a little bit, very similar idea. You know how Enma was like sucking his haki out, you know, and like making him exert all of his energy, and he's like, I'm gonna be king of hell now, because Enma is the king of hell also, so I think that's like a segue into it. He's always had hell tie-ins like Ashura, but you know, I think Enma really pushed him over the edge and showed him like how serious he has to be all the time, I guess is the idea. And so I think that could be a part of it. He's losing some humanity because he's realized like, hey, this isn't fun in games. Like I gotta be all out 100% of the time, give an effort to just wipe everyone out. And Luffy, you need to be the same way. Like, I think that is maybe his mindset. Like, Enma taught him how serious he has to be, or Ashura, because maybe it's evil or demonic. It could do the same thing. And so I actually like that a lot, because, and I brought this up in a few videos where, you know, Oda is 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt for me, setting up a thing where Luffy is going to be the sun god, which you guys already know, and then Zoro being the king of hell on the other side, where they're like inversions of each other, right? Like the first crewmate Luffy gets is the king of hell, and then the god of the sun. Like, they're literally complete opposite sides of the spectrum. So I actually really like the idea that Zoro is heading down like a darker path, and that's what I'm saying. He's going to need an adjustment where he's still going to be evil, but look at it like, I say evil loosely, he's not actually evil, but looking at things matter-of-factly, in a manly way, whatever you want to put it. I think he's gonna have to have a moment where he gets knocked down a peg. Like, I would love for him to keep being serious, then maybe something bad happens, and then he starts crying, and maybe Luffy comes up and is like, it's all right, like, this is just who you are. And then, because he said that to Sanji before too, remember in Whole Cake, when Sanji, like, he brought Luffy the food, and Sanji's like, I can't join you because, like, I hit you. He listed off the things, and so Luffy punched him in the face. He's like, all right, we're even. And then Sanji was like, but I want to save my family, and he's crying because he's like, I don't know why, because they're so evil, but I don't want to leave them. And Luffy's like, well, that's okay. That's just who you are. I want that for Zoro in a similar situation where Zoro is upset at himself for being sad, and Luffy tells him it's all good. Because Sanji doesn't care that he's sad. He cares that he, you know, is caring about these bad people, that he cares too much. And I think Zoro needs the same thing, because he doesn't like caring at all. And so I kind of like that. If Oda does that, and that's his plan, he's going to cook. And I'm going to come back to this and say Oda was planting a seed right here that was awesome. But right now, it looks very negative. It looks very bad for Zoro. Adam M, I saw you became a member. Wanted to give you a massive thank you. Thank you, Adam. I just lost it wherever it was. I don't know if you chatted something with it, but oh yeah, I saw you have a super chat also. I'll get to that in a second. But thank you, Adam. Let's see, where's that at? $5. First super chat ever? Oh, I'm honored, man. Seriously. The other translation isn't showing Zoro as a monster, by the way. I mean, I'll go look it up, but well, I don't want to say too much, but I have come to trust one translation over the other for stuff like this personally. So if you mean the other translation as in Viz, because on Viz it says, this is pathetic, he's one of the 4 emperors now, and he's moping over one geezer dying. Oh, come on. I mean, that sounds just as bad as TCV. To me. What do you say here? It's pathetic. What do you say over here? This is pathetic. It's like, it's the same thing. Unless you mean, poop scans. That's what I call them. Unless that's what you mean. But this isn't looking good for Zoro. I love how this is what we're talking about. Like, I've been waiting for my Zoro slander moment, and this is finally it. This is Oda's chance to give him some character depth. Not that he doesn't have any, it's just he's obviously, I think, in the lower rung of emotional depth in terms of characters. It's just for Straw Hats, specifically, I think he's in a little bit in the lower rung in that regard. He's obviously one of the more badass ones. So I sincerely hope that's what Oda's doing. If it's not, I don't know. I mean, he's already my least favorite Straw Hat, so I'll be all right. But Adam, thank you again for your first super chat. That's seriously awesome. That several of you have done that, and that seriously means a lot. Like all of this does, seriously. Let's see. Knack reacts with a Canadian $5. Bro, this is like your third one. Thank you. And you donated some members. Seriously, all of you guys, thank you for the generosity. I think we can get your rating out of 10 for this chapter. Also, what do you think happens with the Mother Flame next? Very good question. As for the rating out of 10, so David, you gave a 7.5. Usually David is lower than me, but I think this week, well, no, it's a KIZARU chapter. I forgot. It's a KIZARU chapter. I completely forgot. I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10. David, you got it. You got it right on the money. I'm gonna go 7.5. 7 of the 7.5 is the KIZARU stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, the Vegapunk stuff is cool, but I feel like there's a lot more to come from it. Like hearing they're all alive because Punk Records is still around, which is the logic, I presume. We all kind of knew that. This feast about going to Elbaf, we kind of got the same panel like 3 times already. So none of that was too crazy. But the KIZARU stuff, oh man, and the Zoro stuff, even though I don't like it, that I like the what's going on with that, just conversation wise. So I'm gonna go 7.5. David hit it right on the money. And then also, what do I think happens with the Mother Flame next? I'm really 50-50 because I think it blowing up makes a lot of sense. We've already had the Punk Hazard explosion. We've already had the Baltimore explosion. So we need the rule of 3. We need the third one to explode. Like Oda does that all throughout the story. Like just everywhere he does a set of 3. And now, is he maybe going to twist it here because the Mother Flame is so important? I could see that, because the Mother Flame is needed for whatever contraption is being used to launch these attacks at, like, Leloucia, right? And so if they don't get the Mother Flame, then how are they going to keep doing that? So that's a conundrum for them, because, quite frankly, the Marines are scrubs, all right? The Gorosei are super scrubs. We're not even going to talk about them. At the Reverie, anytime they come up, I was slandering them. They deserve it. The Gorosei are disappointing, straight up. Sorry if I sound overly negative today, guys. Obviously, love One Piece. But now that the arc's over, we can go ahead and talk about all this. Marines, scrubs. All of them frauds. Gorosei, frauds. Write them off. I'm done with them. God's Knights, I swear to God, if you guys are scrubs, just end the story. Luffy, Emu needs to be the most insane combatant of all time to make up for this. So, with all that being said, I really hope they keep the Mother Flame so they have something. Because if they lose... Imagine if they lose the Seraphim, too. If they lose the Seraphim and the Mother Flame, pack it up. The story's done. Just take us to Laugh Tale. There's not even a point in the final war at that point. It's wraps. So, I don't know what Oda's going to do to make the Marines and the world government threatening at this point. We just had all of them here at Egghead, and we left relatively unscathed. Yet, like, we even learned here, which is kind of iffy, but we learned here... Oh, we're all still alive. Vegapunk's not even dead. It's like, okay. No, Sentomaru's rowing a rowboat out of there. It's like, the Marines are scrubs. I'm going to be real with you. All of them. Garp is the only... Garp and Kobe... and KIZARU, but KIZARU's conflicted. All right, that's my guy. They're the only legit ones. All right, Fujitora is great because he's a nice guy, but what's he do? He's like actively working against them. Green Bull, don't even talk to me about that guy. Wi-Fi hockey, he's done. So... Akainu, pencil pusher. It's like Kong, don't talk to me about Kong. Like they're all scrubs. So I sincerely hope they keep the Mother Flame, but it blowing up makes a lot of sense. So I don't know. I'm 50-50. Completely 50-50. I don't think Luffy will eat it or any of those theories. It's either it explodes or the government gets it. I think it's one of the two. Man, I'm really ranting today, aren't I? Anime NYC turned me into a changed man. There was a lot of agenda pushing, and I'm bringing the energy home. ZMP, I'm going to read your super chat in just a second, but David, I saw you said Zoro pre-time skip was much more easygoing, fun, and smiled more. Now he is cringe. I kind of agree. The cringe part, he's overly serious, which can be cringe, especially in real life and public situations. If you're way more serious than everyone else, that's going to seem, you're just going to be the odd man out. So I agree with you, though. In pre-time skip, Zoro was serious when he had to be, but was chill and like a straw hat the rest of the time. Now Zoro's training and drinking and like has no emotion all the time. And like I said, I hope it's going somewhere. ZMP323 with the $5. Zoro's statement goes against what Shanks, a Yonko, said about Luffy at Whitebeard and Ace's graves. It's okay to cry. Cook. Wait.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself, man. That's. I'm actually about to look up the panel now. Because Shanks is also Mihawk level. Like if Zoro wants to be as strong as Shanks with the sword, right? I don't want to get into the whole swordsmanship debate, whatever. But you guys know what I mean. Mihawk and Shanks very close, top tier swordsman, whatever. If Shanks is saying that, Zoro can take something from that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if this guy is this powerful, going toe to toe with Mihawk, maybe he knows something, right? I mean, I might listen. Not that Zoro even heard that line, right? He doesn't know. Obviously, we know that he doesn't. But regardless, I think Zoro needs to tap into it. Let's see if I can figure this out. I can't. Oh, here we go. One Piece chapter 590. It looks like. Yeah, thank you for saying that. It's exactly like that. That's why we love One Piece. All of us have probably cried, or at least got very close to crying. And we don't even live in this world, right? Like we're just watching these people in this world. Now it affects us. It definitely has affected me. I'm sure all of you, and made you more hopeful or motivated, or believe in yourself. Whatever the thing is, like it does affect you. But the events don't. We're not in that world, and we're crying and we're affected. We cried at a ship getting burnt. It's supposed to not even be alive. Obviously, the Klabautermon element changed that, but it's not supposed to be. And Zoro, the genius of the world that everyone loves, just died in front of him. And Luffy promised to save him and failed. And he's like, nah. Like, no, don't react to that. Be a man. It's like, no. I don't know if being a man is acting like Zoro. I'm going to be real. That might be the opposite. I'm actually so mad at this. David, thank you for bringing this up. You guys were probably chatting about this multiple times. I had no idea this happened in this chapter. I didn't hear anything about this. I'm trying to scroll through this chapter with. Yep. The Shank is for the Shanks thing. I'm gonna read it exactly from the panel. It's when Shanks is walking through the whole crowd up to the graves. He's thinking to himself. He doesn't say it out loud, but he's thinking, Luffy, this must be terribly hard on you. I was shocked to hear about Ace's final actions. It's as though he were Captain Roger himself. There were times when I wished that the captain would run, or even that he would cry. Listen up, Luffy. It's through knowing both victory and defeat, running wild and shedding tears, that a man truly grows up. Don't be afraid to cry. Make it through this. Cook. Like I said, this better be the start of a Zoro character moment. If it's not, I don't know what he's doing. Deverell Gibson, I love that name, man. It's your 5th super ever. I'm very honored. I believe what Zoro said was a mistranslation. I mean, it's on TCB and the official, almost the same verbiage. It's almost the exact same words. They say this is pathetic. He's one of the 4 emperors now. And then that was on official. Hold on. It's pathetic. He's an emperor now. Pretty much the same thing. And he's moping over one geezer dying. And an old man dying shouldn't affect him this badly. So both seem. I think they both are pretty straightforward. When TCB and the official match, I'd be hard pressed to see, a case where they're both wrong, if that makes sense. Because there are cases where they disagree. And I'm going to be honest, I tend to side with the TCB a little bit more. Not that the official is terrible. I actually like the official a lot. But It's just the TCB sometimes uses a little more like lax language or like kind of words we would use, and so I just prefer that myself. But when they match, I think it's a pretty 1-to-1. So I don't know. I mean, I hope it's a mistranslation, because this doesn't look good. That's a bad. If you don't want your captain to be emotional about not saving people, then I don't know what kind of captain you want. You know, I wouldn't want on that ship. So, but thank you, Deverell. Again, I love that name. It's always sunny in Annie's lobby. Your first super chat ever on that account. By the way, you guys should definitely go give my boy a follow. How close are you to 1K, my guy? Hold on, let me go pull this up. Where you at? You're at 850. Everyone, go give my boy a sub. He's almost at 1,000. He's been cooking. He's been around the channel for a long time. I talked to It's Always Sunny in DMs and all that. I know he's cooking. Y'all should seriously subscribe to him. One of the contenders for Rookie of the Year, as I've been saying. Kind of sounds like Zoro is becoming what Mihawk is. I like that. It's probably true. Didn't he say S-Hawk had more humanity in him than Mihawk? That's great. Absolutely. And I love that you said that, because we were already kind of pointing out how Zoro might be losing humanity here a little bit, and tying that to the Mihawk or S-Hawk line is actually fire. Because I wonder if Zoro in the time skip learned from Mihawk, like you need to get rid of the human element of you. You need to be objective about killing the person in front of you. It's all about determination. Excuse me. It's all about determination. Like, don't think about your emotions. Like, just, you know, whatever. I could totally see that. And then tying it to the Seraphim and all this stuff, like, maybe Zoro right now is thinking that's still the way to go. But we need a moment where Zoro comes back down to Earth, is crying, and someone tells him it's okay. Because that would go against what Mihawk said. We need it. Like, that, I don't know what would do it. Other than maybe him losing to Mihawk again, which, I mean, obviously he's going to beat Mihawk eventually. I'm not saying he's going to lose and die and then never beat him. But him losing to Mihawk again and maybe being like, okay, I'm not doing it enough. Or like, I'm not enough yet. Like, I still haven't gotten there. And then maybe he's going to realize through that, I shouldn't be like Mihawk. I should be like myself. And then he can fight with more emotion or something. I actually like that, if that's what happened. But losing to Mihawk's a lot, man. Like, because then they have to set up a third matchup. And that's a lot of work for Yonko crew activities. But something where Zoro comes back down to Earth. We need it. So, great call out. Always Sunny. Let's see. Doron, I saw a chat. You said negativity is good. There must be balance. Honestly, it's so true. It's kind of like with Zoro here. Like he's the balance. A little bit, like, or he's trying to be even keel all the time. But you're right. Sometimes you should be negative. You should speak how you feel. You know. David Cott with the €2 again. A W for the world government emu would be capturing Vivi. I'll take that all day. Now, that would be a W. I completely agree with that. But as far as their threat to the world, that doesn't do a whole lot for them, in my mind. I know a lot of people love the Uranus theories, or even the Pluton stuff. Just the Vivi being tied to an ancient weapon, emu controlling her. I think we've all heard it probably by now. And so, potentially capturing Vivi could be a buff and make them more threatening. But I doubt that's going to happen. I feel like there's a lot of other reasons for wanting to capture Vivi. But it would be a W, I agree. I just wish they just get stronger from it. And I also think, and I talked about this on my last redacted video with Sai, which if you have not watched that, I highly recommend. It's an LBAF prediction video. There should be a link to my second channel in the description. There is. I just looked. It's actually working. So go check that out. But at the very, very, very end of that, we talk about what's going to happen with Vivi, and we actually both agreed, and I mean agreed, like I already thought this going into it, and he said exactly what I think, so I was really pumped about it. I think Vivi is going to turn herself in. Or at least they're going to show up to capture Vivi, and I think Vivi is going to basically look at the Straw Hats or look at whoever's around her and be like, let me go with them, because I don't want you guys to get into a big battle. I don't want the innocent people here to be at risk. I'm going to go with them. You bring the battle to them. You come to Marijois and take them down and save me. I know you can do it. That is what I want from Vivi. She's a leader of the people. She knows what buttons to push and when, and that's what I want. And so it still would be a W for the world government, But in some ways, I think it could be an L, because Vivi getting captured would then motivate a lot of the world to come help her. And I think that could actually hurt them. So it's an interesting situation, is all I'm saying. But I do agree she's going to get captured, like almost for sure. I want to go over... Did I miss any Twitch ones other than Time Lord? I didn't. Hell yeah. All right, Time Lord. 69 bits. Very nice. Sorry I'm late, my guy. Oh, you're right on time. Thank you. Was attending to something. On the Zoro thing, it feels like he's being a hypocrite since he did react to Yasu's death just an arc prior. So true. And he went and saw his grave afterwards. So true. My only guess is Oda is having Zoro undergo some King of Hell de-emotional arc to fit the King of the Pirates' right-hand man. Because this isn't old Zoro. Also, who did you think was the Silhouette Man? I can't think of anyone other than Shiki or 631 Man, who may be the same person. So I'm going to go bit by bit here, literally because you donated 69 bits. I totally agree with the Yasu part, because like I said, he went to his grave. Like, he obviously felt something for that. You even think about when Brook was at the grave after Thriller Bark, and he brought his sword to, like, put it to rest, and he, like, prayed and was sitting next to Brook. Like, he obviously cares about people dying. He cares about his sword dying. And, like, yes, I know his sword is alive or personified, whatever, you know, bogus stuff. Vegapunk's a human being who has helped millions of people around the world, so being sad about him dying makes perfect sense. So I agree with that. And then I also agree with the de-emotional arc, or he's either, I think he's already in the de-emotional arc, or it started in the time skip, and we're getting to the point where he got to find out he's wrong. If he doesn't and Oda just keeps going with this, I mean, Zoro's already my least favorite, but he's gonna be even lower than that somehow. I'm gonna have Carrot above Zoro at this rate. So I don't right now, to be clear, but I might. And then you also said, and who do I think was a Silhouette Man? I think the most likely answer is he's the same silhouette as an 1122, which a lot of people think it's like Shanks' brother or whatever, or another God's Knight or what have you. Not impossible. I'm not sure if I fully agree with it, but I think that is the most likely that it's just that guy. Whoever that person is, it would make a lot of sense that Oda is trickling that person's introduction. And I think it's probably a new person if that's the case. So, you know, Shanks' brother would fit, or another God's Knight. I think a God's Knight being an Elbaf makes, like, astronomical sense, to be honest. At least one. I also think CP0 being there makes a lot of sense, because the not that I think this is a CP0 guy, but just FYI, I think God's Knights and CP0 should be there because some of the Cypher Pole, the CP0 agents were orphans at the House of Lambs on Elbaf, and so to have them come back and talk about them being orphans, where they came from, and what the government's done to them, this would be the arc to do it. As for the Silhouette guy, if I had to pick a character we know already, Shiki's probably the one I would go with, and he just got a hair change. But I don't know. I like the idea that this is actually an afro, though. That we're seeing this big circular thing. It's just going to go up. You know, it looks like a popped collar, but it's going to be an afro. I like that. Like, if it was an afro, like, that could be. It's not. Well, that could be Yasu. I know he's dead, but that could be Yasu, because that, you know, he had a big afro. It's like the same position. That is exactly what he would look like from behind. So someone like that. But it's, I mean, obviously, again, it's not him. But yeah, I don't know, Time Lord. It's a tough one. Oda's got a good mystery here. Let's see. Off-brand super chatted $2. You think Oda dropping an album soon? Streets need it, bro. I mean, he technically speaking, he has dropped an album, because they're doing the One Piece Symphony everywhere, and they have an album of songs that they sell at the place that includes the Drums of Liberation and Bink Sake. So technically speaking, Oda does have an album. His name is on the CD case. So technically speaking, but what do you think Oda listens to? I wonder. What kind of music does Oda listen to? Probably One Piece music. Oh, One Piece OST. Let's see. Dreams Never Die 95. Thank you again, bro. Man, I can't find this one in the chat, but I see it on, what's it called? That's weird. It's weird, Dreams. I don't see it on my chat, but I see it over here anyway. Do you believe that we'll cut to the Cross Guild and Marco and Old Stussy before Elbaf? I'm still a big believer in that. I'm gonna be real. It doesn't look like it right now, and I'm totally okay with that. If we don't go, I mean, there's a world where, you know, we don't go to Sphinx, but Marco can still hear about Weevil and do the whole impel down thing, right? The Marco and Weevil impel down thing to me is like locked in. Like, I think if that, I don't even, Weevil has to get broken up by Whitebeard pirates in my mind. So I think that's happening one way or the other. Stopping at Sphinx, I still think is going to happen. And I'm going to show you guys the panel. I think I showed you this last week and I brought it up earlier, but I want to show it again anyway. Guys, this is right after Ennie's lobby. All right. Cheers. Next stop, Fishman Island. Yeah, that was a lie. We went to 5 different places. 2 years later, we finally got there. So, I'm not fooled by this final panel at all. When we get to when we land at Elbaf, then I'm okay saying no. Until that happens, I don't know, because Sphinx could be a 10-chapter arc. You know what I mean? I don't even know if you call it, probably like post Egghead is probably what they would call it. So I hope so. There's just so much that we could learn there, and honestly, with Lilith saying here that everyone's still alive, all the Vegapunks, I think that is even like more of a hint, like, oh, so Vega, even though Lilith is a Vegapunk and calls herself Vegapunk and whatever, it's cool to know that like the Vegapunk is somehow alive somewhat through Punk Records, and that could convince Marco later. So I think that's where we're going, but we'll see. Vasil Vlad Ivanovici, one of the coolest names on YouTube, with the 5 pounds. You probably know the theory that Mihawk was Shank's first mate and left. I do. Hidden Island did an amazing video on that, and I totally agree with it. Zoro being in a similar position to leave would be a great parallel. Ooh, okay, hold on. You're cooking. Hold on, wait. Oh, you're cooking. Okay, hold on. And so, I agree with that, and to build onto it, you got to think about, whenever Usopp threatened to leave the crew, who took that the most serious out of every crew member? Zoro. By far. I mean, Luffy was obviously emotionally impacted. It affected all of them. But who understood what leaving really meant? It was Zoro. He knew better than anyone that when you leave, that is a big deal, right? That you don't just come back. You don't leave the crew and think you get to rejoin whenever the hell you feel like. If you leave, it's the assumption that you are gone forever and potentially will become an enemy to that crew because you're off doing your own thing and you might get in the way eventually. And so for Zoro to eventually maybe have enough qualms with the situation with the Straw Hat crew to maybe go the other way, think he's like too good, or like, hey, I don't think my dream will get accomplished being with you guys. I might have to go somewhere else because my dream is that important. Like, I don't think he will actually do that, but building that argument in the story somehow where Zoro starts thinking about it would be awesome. So I actually love that. Ivanovici, I know that's your last name, but I just love saying it. Because maybe even Mihawk talked to him about that, like, because we also know that Shanks wasn't chasing the One Piece until recently, right? Because with the buggy flashback. So it could be that Mihawk wasn't happy that Shanks didn't have high enough aspirations or wasn't taking his aspirations serious enough because Shanks just drinks all the time. He's partying all the time. And so I could see Mihawk getting upset at that and wanting to leave because he's like, my dream will only be reached if I leave you because you're not taking things seriously enough. Zoro does the same thing, but then he realizes he's wrong, and Zoro comes crying back to the crew, please take me back, I was wrong. And so then we get old Zoro back where he's a person again and not a robot, and he's stronger because of the experience. Give me that all day. Sign me up right now. I love that. That's almost a video. I'm serious. I like that idea so much I might even do a video. I really want to talk about Zoro now. This is my chance to slander him and not have everyone hate me for it, so I might have to do it. Matt Cypher with the 100 bits, my guy. I think Zoro's development is the mirror of Sanji's. I haven't read the rest yet, but I already like the premise. Where Zoro is turning into what Judge wanted his sons to be. Cook. I'm not going to hit the thing yet because you got more, but just cook. Cold and unfeeling, remember what Zoro talked about S-Hawk. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Part of humanity remained, more than Mihawks. And I think Zoro thinks he has to be more like Mihawk to reach that level. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. 100%. Yeah. I might. Fuck it. I shouldn't say that on YouTube, but I might just make a video on this. I so agree with everything you guys are saying right now. It would hit so hard. All this stuff. I need it. Zoro needs some emotional stuff. And like you're saying, it's the reverse of Sanji's. But like Matt Cypher, I don't know if you heard me bring this up earlier, but remember when Sanji pulled up in Whole Cake, brought Luffy the food, and started saying, like, I can't rejoin, or I can't come back because of all these reasons, and whatever, and Luffy just, helped him get through that, and then when he's like, well, I need to protect my family, and Luffy's like, well, that's just who you are. I want Zoro to mess up a bunch, and for Luffy to tell him the same thing. It's okay. That you're Zoro. That you're a person. You're a human being. You're allowed to have personality. When you go back to Rayleigh training Luffy in observation hockey during the time skip, one of my favorite lines, it's kind of a throwaway line, but I brought this up several times. I love it so much. Rayleigh's like, Luffy, what are you going to do when you run into these guys that can see the future and they're going to predict your attacks, and no matter what you do, they're going to dodge you and all this stuff? And he's like, well, it depends on their personality. And Rayleigh's like, what? I have never thought of that. That is why Luffy is the GOAT. His emotional intelligence is sky high. He's one of the dumbest people in the series if we're talking textbook. If we're talking people, one of the absolute smartest in a lot of anime. And I'm not a huge anime guy. I haven't seen a lot of them. But from what I've seen, Luffy is top tier emotional intelligence. And so I I need something like that. I want him to detect what's going on with Zoro and to help him. Because we really haven't had a heart-to-heart Luffy-Zoro moment in a long time. Like maybe the Usopp thing, because like the nothing happened moment, Luffy doesn't know Zoro did that. Like obviously Zoro, you know what I mean, he did it for Luffy, so it counts from his perspective, but like we haven't had an actual heart-to-heart between them. We need it. You guys, yeah, this is happening. I'm doing a video on it. Off-brand super chatted $2. What cologne do you use? It smells good. Need to buy. I buy the off-brand cologne, my guy. But seriously, so I mean, I wear cologne if I'm going out on a date or something. I'll be real. I don't wear it that often. But I do douse myself in deodorant and smell good moisturizer and good facial scrubs. I've been really good about the exfoliating, and I get some really good smelling stuff, and my face smells real good for a while afterward. My beard smells good. So honestly, that's kind of the key. If you got facial hair, you just got to get some good like beard oil, and then you're just going to smell good kind of generally, and you also got to put deodorant on. Now my issue, and you guys might be able to see it now, is that I sweat all the time. Anyone who was with me at Anime NYC, depending on how long I was gone from the building, I probably did not smell great because I just sweat if I think too hard. I sweat when I'm talking about One Piece chapters, so you can imagine when it's 90 plus degrees and we're walking around town, it gets pretty bad. But honestly, I don't even know the actual brand of cologne. I legitimately probably do have off-brand cologne. Not even kidding. But definitely get a good shampoo. Make yourself clean and smell good. Don't make the cologne cover it. That's the DAC tip. Just be clean and you're gonna smell good, right? Like very good parallel here, because so my brother works at a car dealership. A lot of people probably already know what I'm about to say, but it was news to me. You know the new car smell and how it smells really good, and whenever you get in a car that has the new car smell, it's just, you just know it's a clean car. Like it just hits you right away. Like, this person cleans, like, you know it, or they have money because they bought a brand new car, but usually they keep it clean. Well, you know what the new car smell really is? It's clean plastic and fabric. It's the new car smell is just new car parts and what they naturally, it's just clean car. That's literally the smell. It's what all the parts smell like when they're fresh and put together and they don't have nasty stuff in them, right? It's not like there's a spray. I mean, you can get a spray that smells like it, but the new car smell started because it's a new car. It's clean. And that is what everyone should be doing. You don't want the Febreze plugins. You just want the actual clean car smell. That's my advice for you. Blazer YZ. You said when you dedicate a 1-hour stream to a random one-liner from Zoro, you know the chapter wasn't very eventful. Hey, we talked about Kizaru a lot, but the Zoro line. I mean, we talked about the silhouette guy a little bit, but the Zoro stuff hits, man. There's just so much you can take from it, you know. It's just, man. Also, I want to bring this up. We see this panel of the giant ship, and you can still see a little hole in the back. At least I assume that's what it is. We know there was a hole from Bluegrass, and I still think that hole in the ship should matter. We'll see if it actually does or not. But I just noticed that when I was looking through. But you know, I mean, this is an in-between arc chapter. These are usually, it's kind of like an info drop most of the time is what these chapters are like. Like you think about like post Enies Lobby, and we met Garp and heard about Dragon, saw Kobe, heard Vegapunk for the first time. Like it's usually a little bit of an info dump in between arcs to just get us kind of ready for the future. So, you know, these chapters usually aren't that eventful. I mean, they're cool, but they're not like compared to the Gorosei pulling up or whatever, it's not that crazy. So there really isn't as much to talk about, but this Kizaru panel where he's screaming, top tier panel. This is an easy top 5 panel of Egghead for me, and I know it's only because we've never seen this emotion from this guy, and so I don't know. I like the chapter. 7.5. I'm sticking with the 7.5. Rovan, you said no one has said Gaban yet. I haven't seen Gaban in the chat yet. I know that's a very popular thought for the guy in chapter, what was it, 631, the cover story with Laboon and Crocus, right? Scopper's a very popular choice for that, so that could fit. I'm still a firm believer that Scopper's at Lodestar, though. Not that it's, like, he could be somewhere else, but I think if you were just to, like, look at default, like, just generally speaking, like objectively, like where would the best place for him to be? Like where would it be? It's Lodestar, because Crocus is at the beginning, Rayleigh's at the halfway point, Lodestar's at the end, right? It's just that's where he should be. So I doubt it's him, but at the same time, I really it could be anyone. Like Oda's gonna bring a lot of characters back into Elbaf. Enel and Yarouge are locked in. There's a 0% chance we're missing them. I talked about the CP0 members earlier. We need some of them because they were orphans there. God's Knights make a lot of sense because we just need another threat. We need to be introduced to them, at least one of them. Probably the young Garling, quote-unquote, like the current version of Garling. Whether that's Shanks' evil brother or just another God's Knight, whoever it is, it would make sense. Shiki, I definitely think is coming back. So there's so many people coming back that, like, I don't even know if I'd be surprised at anyone at this point. Like, even if that was Dragon, I wouldn't be that surprised, which it isn't, because Dragon ain't doing shit, and we know he's not coming. But if he was, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, because Elbaf is going to have just tons of familiar faces, and even new faces in terms of the Giants. Like, we haven't seen Loki's face, and we're definitely going to see that, so... it could be anyone. I'm not going to rule anything out, honestly. Let's see. Have I gotten through every super chat? I have. Okay. Oh, not mean to click that. Also, I see some of you guys talking about Wukong, like the game. I really want to play that game. I might be playing that on Twitch because that looked phenomenal. I have not played a lot of those kind of games before, but that one looks so freaking good. I might just have to do it. Actually, AXD Barlett in the chat. He was hanging out with us at Anime NYC. It was awesome to see you again, brother. We were together 14 hours ago, and but speaking of the Sun Wukong game, I can bust out the law controller that I showed you guys earlier. I need to use this thing. This thing is badass. It was the very last one, and not gonna lie, that the FOMO definitely got to me, and that's part of why I bought it. But maybe I can use that to play a little bit more. Axe, I hope you had a great time, dude. Oh, glad you got home safe, brother. It was nice seeing you again. Absolutely, man. We're gonna be doing it again next year. Man, we were around the round table playing the drinking games for so long, bro. every time we were doing ones where it's like name a different shonen or name a new shonen protagonist, I was like, bro, I got a handful and I'm out. But when we were doing the Pokemon, Gen 1, I didn't drink once. Gen 2, I didn't drink once. I was good. You ask me Pokemon questions, it's raps. But it was real good to see you for sure, dude. It was a lot of fun this weekend. So we're pretty much done with the reaction here. So I'm gonna run through, if you guys care at all, I'm gonna run through just a couple things I got from NYC just because they're really cool. If you guys like have a couple more super chats or whatever, or even regular chats, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. But I am gonna get going here in a few minutes because I'm tired as hell. Axe, I woke up, I fell asleep at 5 something, woke up at 8 something, walked to the subway, got on the subway, walked to the bus stop, got on the bus, sprinted through the airport to get to my gate on time. It was bad, man. But yeah, Axe, it was awesome seeing you. And Knack, I agree, great chat. This chapter, it's so funny that I didn't even pick up on the Zoro thing immediately, and then as soon as David said it, that's like all I wanted to talk about. That Zoro line was crazy. But one thing I want to show you guys, see on my mic, I got the Laboon sticker right here. I've always wanted to have a sticker on the mic. Saw a Laboon sticker, knew it was raps. So we got Laboon in the house on the mic. I might try to have the mic in the image more often just to show them off. But look at this, guys. This was one of the craziest things that I saw in the entire time. It's not that amazing, but someone already made an Emeth sticker, bro. Look at this. I don't know if he's gonna be blue like this. You know, I doubt it. I doubt this is the right color scheme. But my God, someone already made a sticker of Emeth, which I thought that's insane. And then we also got Kaido the cheetah, with the flaming hot Cheeto Kanabo over here. Hidden Island and I both copped one of these because this is just ridiculous. I don't even know what to say about this. It was like one of the coolest designs I've ever seen. It's so random. Kaido's chest with the cheetah, but my God. Honestly, those were like 2 of my favorite things I bought the entire time with those stickers. I got a bunch of other stuff, but like it's kind of hard to get out. I mean, what is this? None of it's actually. I don't have a lot of One Piece stuff to show you. Actually, I think I showed you most of it already. But man, I'm sweating though. I can tell you that it's real hot in here. But seriously, I'm gonna go in a couple minutes. But I just want to say, guys, again, if anyone ever has the chance to go to Anime NYC, you need to go and you need to contact some creator, me or someone else, because as Axe knows, it's good to reach out to as many as possible because my phone dies and I can't answer. My reception is always trash. So, but regardless, it's all like we love meeting up with you guys. Axe was with us most of the night, listening to our stories and our theories, and love to have whoever else there if we can. It'd be so much fun, and just thank you guys for making that all possible. It's crazy. We talked many times about it'd be awesome if we could have every One Piece fan together, which like isn't really possible, but Anime NYC is as close as we're gonna get. And like, guys, okay, so here's a cool story. So I was and I can't tell you guys everything, but we were basically, it was late at night, and they have like at the hotel we were staying at, a lot of us stayed at the same hotel. There's a balcony like bar area, but it closes at a certain point, and we were all just super deep into theorizing and just One Piece talks in general. And so we went into like this other part of that floor and just like took up a whole section of the dining area and just started talk about One Piece. This like, we were pretty loud. Like we were not arguing, but we were just really going at it with One Piece theories and stuff. And one of the security guys or hotel workers, whatever, he's in a nice suit, whatever. He looks really official, like a manager. He walks up and is like just looking over like all of our table like for a while. He's like standing a couple feet away from it. And I noticed him early, and I'm like, oh, we're about to get kicked out. He's just waiting for us to quiet down a little bit. Then he's gonna chime in like, hey guys, you guys got to go. And so he's there for like 10 plus minutes listening to me, Rogers Base, Parvision, Kev DOG, Brago, all of us are together. And so eventually Roger's like, hey man, like, do we have to go? Are you kicking us out? And he's like, oh, no. I love One Piece. I just wanted to listen to you guys talk. And we're all like, no effing way. The manager of the hotel heard us talking, came over, eavesdropped in, and then he also dropped a couple theories for us. They were actually kind of interesting. I genuinely can't remember what he said, but I just remember thinking they were interesting. Somebody from there will remember. But it was just one of those moments where we were all like, the One Piece community is just the best. Like, they're everywhere. It's just whenever you meet another One Piece fan, it's just that connection's immediate. You know what I mean? I was actually walking my dogs 3 or 4 days ago, and if the guy I'm talking about is in the chat or ever hears this, please comment so we can get connected. But I was walking my dogs, and I passed the bus stop, and a guy had a One Piece shirt on, and I'm like, it's an obvious question now to think about it, but I'm like, hey man, you a One Piece fan? Like, it'd be really crazy if you wore the shirt and he wasn't. He's like, oh bro, is that even a question? I'm like, did you read chapter 1123 or 22, whichever, I can't remember, it was like a week ago. And he's like, oh yeah, can you believe this happened? And we immediately started chopping it up about theories. And then the bus came, and I was like, bro, follow my channel, go in the chat, say, hey, this is the dude from the bus stop, and you know, we're gonna talk. And it's crazy what One Piece has become in that regard. Everywhere you go, it's just, there's One Piece fans, and they're deep into it, and we all like different things about the story, but we all get why we're here, right? We get all of it. Some stuff appeals more, but we get it. Like, if I like the emotional stuff, and you like the fighting, and someone likes the lore, like, it's just Oda's cooking. And we're in a special time, guys. Like, there's only 5 to 8 years. I know there's a lot of disagreement on how long, but several years, less than 10 probably years of One Piece left, and it's only growing more and more. And it's just like, I can't wait to see what it's like at the end. Like, I feel like everyone is going to be into it. Like, imagine, and this is like too much, but just imagine the whole world is watching and waiting for Luffy to go get the One Piece. Like our world. Like, we're like One Piece gets big enough to where, like, majority of human beings on the earth are just waiting, ready to go on Viz or whatever it is to go see Luffy capture the One Piece at the very end. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's like bigger. The story is becoming bigger than life in a lot of ways, and Anime NYC is the place to prove that. And I seriously, I'm not saying go just because it's a cool convention. I'm gonna be honest with you. The convention it is cool, but it's not the reason I go. I spent 4 total hours at the convention, 2 hours each day. I just wanted to hang out with people and talk about One Piece and meet the creators and have a good time, and that's exactly what it was. We were all down for it. We had an Elbaf roundtable feast, guys. Maybe you guys saw some videos on some kind of social media, but major shout out to Parvision and his friend. I don't know if he wants me to dox him, but major shout out to them for setting up an amazing feast for us, where we all went to like a pretty nice restaurant, got to all get around this huge table. We had an Elbaf feast, so like lamb chop things, like we're all holding the bone, eating the meat, just like Luffy would or whatever. It's special, guys. It seriously is. I got to bring one of my college friends who's in the One Piece. Like, he's not even a creator or anything. He just lives in the area. And that's why I'm telling you guys, if you guys ever get to go, like, there's a real chance you're going to get to come, meet us. I can't promise it. It's just, it's happened several times, and I'm sure some of you that would appeal to you. And the other thing I want to say, every creator that I've met so far seems like, seriously, like such a genuine good person. Like, and they are good people too, but they also seem like very normal people. Like, they're all people you would want to hang out with and just talk to. Rogers Base, Jay, Cole, JD, Laz, Doron's World, Tamir, Eden's. I mean, I could just keep going down the list. I mean, there's so many people there, but all of them, like, they're like my real life friends at this point, and it's special, guys. It's One Piece is, I don't even know. It's beyond what it is. It has outgrown what it currently is. Yeah, I could keep going on about this for days, but I feel like there's going to be an Anime NYC stream at some point. We're going to get all the attendees on like a stream for you guys to watch. So I don't want to give you all the spoilers, because there was some stuff that happened that was so funny that I'm just gonna wait for someone else to tell it, because I don't want to spoil it. You're gonna see some videos too, I'm sure. You may have already seen some that were just, was an awesome time, guys. I want more people there. Like that kind of gathering is the kind that Luffy goes for. You know, the celebrations at the end of the arc. That's what this felt like, and I seriously hope some people get to join. But real quick, my guy Double O Flevens, one of the best names on YouTube. You know I'm gonna say that with the 10 gifted memberships, my guy. Thank you. And you just got here too, didn't you? You just pulled up and just dropped. Like, man, I love you, man. That's awesome. Seriously. Axe D. Barlett getting the membership too. My guy, after coming to Anime NYC, getting the gifted membership after pulling up. That's dope. Christian, Covert Gravy, Matthew Carpenter, Tiante Black, my guy. Go follow him on Twitter. Kuapanen, McDonald's, Juan Carlos, and Kevin Iswardine. Everyone, welcome to the Afro Gang. Seriously, W's in the chat for my guy, Double O Flevens. And again, quick reminder, please keep an eye on the community tab because I am going to be posting about the next TCG giveaway, tomorrow. So I want you guys to sign up. I'm giving away 2 boxes this time on the TCG giveaway. I'm going to do 6 packs per person, 2 boxes. That means 8 people are going to win 6 packs each, which is more than normal. Normally we do 4. I'm going to do 6 because the prices went down, so I got more boxes. So if you want a chance to be one of the lucky 8 next month, definitely make sure you sign up. And Double O Flevens, my guy, just joined the Afro Gang. Thank you. But so not only is he donating, he's also joining the gang also. You said, hope everybody's doing well. We are, man. I think you just pulled up, but I was just talking about Anime NYC, and it was an amazing time, as it always is. A lot of them are still there having a good time, honestly. I had to come back a little early because today, like, the con just ended, basically, because it goes on through Sunday. But a lot of them are still there. But I had a seriously amazing time hanging out with everybody. It's also very motivating, to be honest. Like I'm really ready to drop some videos for you guys. I got this Zoro one is very unexpected. I'm gonna be real, but I want to do this Zoro one. I already got a thumbnail idea. I'm probably gonna drop this because it's a break week too. But I have some videos for you guys. If you guys saw my post a little while ago about the Google form thing to sign up for, or to help me pick my next video idea, or I don't know how to really phrase it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I did a poll. I had you guys rank 14 different video ideas for me, like ones I'm thinking of, so I could see which ones you guys wanted. The canon information that you missed video came in first, which is one that I really want to do, where I'm going to talk about the Law novel, which is not translated in English. Technically, it's non-canon officially, but I'll just explain in the video, but I think it's still definitely worth considering because the Ace novel is canon, and they're not making these novels for no reason, right? But I talk about that, SBS, I'm going to talk about a lot of it. That video is coming. I got a video on Emu and the Celestial Dragons coming. That came in second in those rankings. Got the Zoro video coming. I got a couple more Blackbeard fight matchups videos coming. It's very motivating, guys. Like I'm ready to cook. And Double O Flevens again with the member message. So wait, hold on. That's cool. So you dropped the memberships and then joined and became a member, and then that immediately gave you a member milestone message to use, which is that's interesting how that works. But you said, hope y'all enjoyed the chapter. We definitely did. At least I did. I thought it was great. 7.5 out of 10, which is that great? It's good, I guess. It's a good one. I loved the Kizaru moments, and the Zoro thing I think it's very deep. I think that go a lot of places. So very solid chapter. Joe D. List, you said Ace novel is not canon. That is actually not true. If you go even on the wiki, they have it in the non-canon section because all the novels are there, but there's an asterisk on it, and it says this was officially supervised by Oda, which was officially stated. Oda has approved this, and so there's an asterisk to say this one is considered canon, even though the novels are supposed to not be. And because of that, I think they're not dropping these novels for no reason. So for the Law novel, there's already stuff in the novel about his past that is confirmed in other places. And so I'm just like, okay, if Oda's already starting to confirm a couple of these things from the Law novel, I feel pretty confident that all he's doing is saying it's non-canon just because then if he wants to change something, he can. It's not because it's not canon in general. It's just, it's probably easier for him to say it's non-canon and then It's just so he can retcon something if he has to. Not that it's completely pointless, right? Because a lot of it lines up and matters for the future of the story. That's why I want to talk about that novel in the video. But the Ace novels are canon, to be clear. Supervised by Oda. The wiki has an asterisk specifically for the Ace novel. Definitely canon, for sure. And Boichi drew the manga for like the Ace novel. He made it in manga form with his art style, which normally that shouldn't mean anything, right? But it was put in the One Piece magazine, and the One Piece magazine has given us a lot of canon information before. It's not a like official canon source for information. Like, not everything in the One Piece magazine is always canon, but there are things we usually get in the magazine that are canon, such as Devil Fruit designs. Many of them were released in the One Piece magazine as our first time seeing it, and they're accepted as canon. And since that was in the magazine, and the novels, you know, were supervised by Oda, etc. So, but yeah, but the law novel officially is not canon. But like I said, I just think that's because it's just easier for Oda to do that. I think Ace was so important that he wanted to sign off on it, but I think the law one was just like, and the Zoro one too, that's out. Is it out? It's not in English, I don't think, right? But that one too, I think, is in a similar boat where it's not gonna be canon, but it's like it might as well be. I would almost put it on a similar level to like you know how Shiki, basically his fruit just became canon because Oda said it. He's like, I don't like floating fruits, but you know, he's a big enough character and he is canon, whatever. I'm just gonna let it slide and make it canon. I think it's the same type of deal where Oda, you know, he's gonna hold off, but I think he's gonna wait. You know, he's gonna keep cooking a little bit, and then he's gonna confirm it when he has a chance, or just whatever, change a small something. But it's worth talking about. It's a really good novel though. The law novel. It's so good now where I'm at. I don't want to spoil you guys yet. I mean, it's been out for years, so it's not that big of a spoiler, and it might not even be canon. But regardless, I'm gonna save it for the video because it's so good. I'm not gonna lie. Jody List, bro, the canon of all stories are only the body of the original work. Boichi is not Oda's original work. He drew manga based off the Ace novel. It's the events of the Ace novel in manga form, and Oda approved it and let him do it and told him to do it, right? Like, Oda, it can be canon if Oda didn't draw it, right? Like, it doesn't, like, Oda drawing it isn't the cutoff for something to be canon. It's if Oda approved it, right? And he approved all this stuff. He wanted Boichi to draw this and approved it. They even printed it in a book. They put those manga things in a separate novel to sell, right? So it 100% all that stuff's canon. I don't think there's any question the Ace novel stuff is canon. Like the law novel, like I keep saying, it debatable, but it exists for a reason. Doron, I totally agree with what you're saying right here. I don't like the concept of canon. Why not allow things to be subjective and fluid? I agree, because I think there's a subject or a subset of information that is canon, period, where it's like Oda, it's in the manga that Oda drew, or it's something from Oda's SBS, whatever. Like, those are canon. Like, there's no debating it. Those are canon. But I agree with you, when it comes to non-canon information, it doesn't mean it's incorrect. It just means it's not for sure, right? Like, it's a totally different ball game. Like, whenever you see something in the anime that is like a little like, oh, did that really happen in the manga? It's like some stuff maybe you can rule out, okay, that's probably not canon. But some stuff, for example, this is kind of a random one, but in the Wano raid, when Prometheus is trying to go save Big Mom, Prometheus goes in the water to go get Big Mom and pulls Big Mom out. Keep in mind, Prometheus is a fireball, okay? Fireballs don't survive in the water, ever. I mean, maybe there's some special case that I don't know of, but whenever you shut off access to oxygen for fires, they always shut off, and water just puts it out. Like, it's an elemental weakness. I shouldn't even have to explain why that should work. But we didn't see that in the manga. All we saw is Prometheus go down in general and then save Big Mom. And so something like that is like, is that canon? Is it not? I mean, I'm okay considering it canon because it's not that big of a deal. It's like, that's a cool little addition. Maybe Oda just, didn't even think of it and told them. We don't know. And so that's the kind of thing where I'm just like, I think it's good to assess all the information. I think it's good to look at all the sources and consider them. Now, whenever you look at like filler arcs in the anime, you can rule those out as canon immediately because it just doesn't fit in the storyline. Like, like we know in the canon manga they go from this island to this island to this island. So in the filler anime, we know that that's not even possible that these things happened in between, right? But little things like the Prometheus thing, or we're talking about these novels, those kind of things are like, they're not wrong, they're just not canon. It's a different situation, right? And so I think it's worth considering those things, because Oda knows these things are happening, right? Like it's not like they made the law novel and printed it and Oda's like, wait, what'd you do? Like, obviously he knew it happened. He gave them the information. This isn't like a fan fiction from a guy, right? It's published by Shueisha, who controls there's a mix of ownership, but controls the IP for One Piece, for printing to a certain degree, right? So there's no so for me it's good to consider it all. That's all. That's mainly it. Let's see. Prometheus is the mother flame. You may not be that off. Daft Frick. That's kind of hard to say quickly. You may not be that far off, because Prometheus is a fireball with soul power, right? And the mother flame kind of seems to be close to that. Like, we don't know there's actually soul in it, like, confirmed, but there's a lot of strong theories on it. It's like we heard about the 21 grams of soul from Kuma and Vegapunk and all that stuff. So like we already know, and Big Mom obviously takes part of people's soul, or their lifespan, which is sort of like soul. So you may not be that far off, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it might be like a more legit Prometheus, is how I feel. Double F Levens, you said, so what does the law novel say, or will that be in a video? I am I'm doing a video. That's why I brought it up. So the #1 video that people wanted me to do, according to the poll I did, was my canon One Piece information that you missed. Now, like I said, the law one is questioned, like, iffy. I'm gonna say that in the video. I'm not gonna, I call it canon information you missed just as a tagline. That's not gonna be the actual title, but I do want to talk about it because people don't know that information. But it will be in a video. But I'll tell you this much. And everyone, cover your ears for 2 seconds if you don't want 4-year-old law novel spoilers, because it's not translated yet. But you find out why and where he gets his tattoos, which was actually a really hard-hitting scene for me. You figure out where he gets the polar tang, and now this is probably the craziest spoiler for me. I literally read this on the plane on the way home today. So cover your ears if you don't want this one. But Beppo went Sulong in the law novel, which is crazy. Like, that blew my mind that Beppo, like, you could presume that Beppo went Sulong before we saw him do it with the chopper drugs, but to see that happen in the novel was crazy for me. You don't see the pictures, but you just read it, and I was like, that's actually dope to see that happen. So Joe, the Ace novel is canon. It's there's not a debate to be had. Oda supervised it and approved it. The law novel is not canon officially. That's why we're talking about it, because it's not inaccurate. It's just not canon officially. There's a difference. The Ace novel is, though. You can go on the wiki and check. That's factual. But as for the rest of the law novel, I'm gonna save it because it's so good. It's so they should animate it. Honestly, they should animate the cover stories too. Everyone agrees with that. All these side accesses to information. That's why I'm making this video. I want to go through, like, the novels, even if you don't think they're canon or whatever. They're important to consider because, like I keep saying, they're being made for a reason. These are backstories or pieces of information that Oda is not gonna have time to give us in the manga. That's why they're coming out in light novels, because it's a lot easier to convey all that information in a light novel than for Oda to spend all this time drawing the picture, the manga, and waste these chapters on doing it. And I don't mean waste like it's bad. It's just, if he can go put it in a novel, that's easier for him than putting it in the manga. That's why they're coming out. And so I think the reason why all of them, except for the Ace novel, which is canon, the other ones are considered non-canon, is just because Oda probably didn't have time to consider every detail in terms of, like, do I have to retcon that later? Does that match with the manga? Like, that's a lot of work, you know what I mean? Because he's probably going to mess up. So I think he's just like, screw it. These are cool to read. They're pretty much accurate. I'm going to just let it slide, do whatever, So that's how I'm viewing it. Let's see. Lunar Ibex. That's a cool name. Tekking did a Law week that covered a bit of stuff from the Law novel, but it's been a minute since I've watched his videos on them, so I can't wait for your video on it. Oh, dope. I actually did a little bit of research, and I did see there was a couple videos. I didn't see the Tekking one, so I might go watch that. But there were, like, not a lot of videos on the Law novel, and the ones that I read were, it was, like, very light stuff. And I want to go in and talk about, like, hey, if this is true, we got to connect it to this thing. And I don't want to spoil what these things are, because some of them are crazy in my mind. But there's some things in that novel where I'm like, you could really extrapolate that. Because basically, I'm not going to say everything, but basically, Law meets a Vegapunk wannabe. And I think there's a lot you could take from that now that Egghead's over. That's part of why I want to do the video. Because that guy wanted to be Vegapunk. He wanted to go out and meet people like Vegapunk. And I'm not done with the book, so I don't know what happens. But I don't think he's going to get to. And so I think that is just like, that's going to matter. There's a reason. I think the geniuses, they all combine. All the geniuses in the story combine. Like literally, like they all come to the same point. Like Mads was one group. Neo Mads is reformed. Like and Frankie Ties the Vegapunk is with Mads. Like all the geniuses kind of meet in the same group. Even Hogback, like Vegapunk talked about him. They all merge together. So I want to see if Law's genius guy that helped him is going to come back, but I don't know how. Coda H, who classifies only the manga as the One Piece body of work? Wouldn't anything Oda does One Piece related be in the body of work considered One Piece? Pretty much. Like for instance, the SBSs, when Oda answers a question about like this is how this thing works or whatever, that's definitely canon. Like that's Oda telling us what is canon, like literally. You know, he's answering the question. That's why he does those interviews, to fill in the gaps that we don't know. Those are definitely canon because it's coming from his mouth. Conversely, like I keep saying with the Ace novel, if someone else writes the Ace novel and then he goes in and reads it, supervises it, which is exactly what he did, and that's why it's considered canon on the wiki. If he supervises it and approves it and says, "Yep, like this is all good. Like I sign off on this. This is an Oda written thing or an Oda approved thing." That makes it canon. That's to me that, you know, I think that's how it works. But Joe, manga is not the only canon. If you don't think the SBSs are canon, then, you know, I see you talking about the technicalities. Yeah, I'm not about semantics. I'm talking about what is accurate for One Piece. What are things that we can say that actually happened in the world of One Piece and the universe that exists? That is what I'm talking about as canon, like information that actually happened in the universe of One Piece, and that is what I'm talking about. And I think that's what most people think, regardless of what the definition is officially. But I think that's what most people assume canon means. So at least that every conversation I've had about it, that's what it means colloquially. So everyone but Joe agrees. Okay, well, Joe, I love you. No, seriously, no negativity. I like the pushback, honestly, because it's going to make my arguments better in the video. So no harm done. But if Joe is the only one who disagrees, and I'll stop harping on it, because I keep seeing him type, and I want to talk about it. If everyone agrees with me already, then we're good. Doron, so Zoro's family is canon technically. Yes. Zoro's parents are canon. We're not going to read a chapter where Zoro has a different dad than the one that Oda gave us in the SBS. I'll bet my life I was gonna say something that someone said last night at Anime NYC, but I don't want to get demonetized. It was really funny though. But I will do some bad things if that's what happens. I would bet a lot of money. I would bet a lot of things on like all the SBS stuff being canon. Like if Oda answered an interview question and then like if Tori Toma is not the missing Amazon Lily Empress, and that was just like Oda just said that shit for no reason, I'd be like, Oda, why are we doing this? Or Kid's backstory. Exactly, Doron. Kid's backstory also. There's so many things that are canon outside of it. Or I've also mentioned this, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. Like the Devil Fruit designs from the One Piece magazine are also canon. And some of them started in the magazine and then got shown elsewhere. And I can't remember like all the ways that it works. I can't remember like all the fruits and where they showed up later or whatever. But those are the official fruit designs but they first appeared in the magazine. I think they get approved later from Oda, like he like talks about them or whatever, or what. But regardless, we get information from everywhere, and that's actually the point of the video that I'm making. Is just, you know, like the start of the script is something like, One Piece is a story that is so vast, with so many characters and major events and so much lore, that the author could not even fit this all into his manga or even his anime. There are multiple sources of information that are legitimate in the One Piece world that you need to consider outside of the manga and even the anime. And that's the point of it. Now, obviously, like I said, the law novel is a little bit debatable. I'll probably bring up some debatable sources just because I think it's good for people to know. But like the SBS canon, cover stories canon, I don't even think we would debate on that. Cover stories locked in canon. They need to be animated. And the reason I want to talk about the cover stories is because I'm sure the manga readers are aware of them. Anime onlys have no effing clue about cover stories. Like, if a person who is anime only and gets all the way caught up through Egghead and then hears that an L went to the moon is going to be like, are you effing kidding me? Like, an L actually got there? Like, nobody knows that unless you read the manga and heard about the cover story. So, but yeah, regardless. Yeah, but no worries, Joe. No, hey, no worries at all, man. Seriously. Sorry if I seemed like I was harping on you too much. I'm fired up today. All right, that's all it is. I'm in a good mood. My energy came rushing back, even though I'm gonna sleep right after this. But yeah, Doron, all the images of children, of characters as children, yes, that too. And those are so important for a lot of theories. Like one, which I'm still working on, which you guys have probably heard about it, but I'm trying to find a deeper layer to it. I really want to do a Kuzan and Brook connection video, because they are effing related, all right? Most people probably have heard that theory before. It's not new. I'm trying to find out what is the connection? What is their relation? What's Oda gonna do with it later? Because they are related. If you go and look at them as kids, Kuzan and Brook, because those are from SBSs that Oda drew, they look the effing same, dude. They look the exact same. Like, everything. They're even both wearing like nice clothes. Like Kuzan has like a button-up shirt, which like Brook always looks nice. Afro, glasses, everything. The dumb jokes, like the one was like he was talking about his burn scar and Akainu's magma or whatever, whenever he was meeting with Blackbeard. That was like a dumb joke. That was a Brook joke, right? And I don't know where that's going, but suffice to say, yeah, the images of them as kids are canon and they matter a lot. Like that. Also, like Kuma and Whitebeard kind of look the same as kids. Like they have the same exact body build. Obviously, they grew up to look different, but like the fact they started the same kind of makes you wonder, like, is Whitebeard part Buccaneer? Not saying that's accurate. I kind of think it's true, but there's a lot of stuff you can take from it, and yeah, it's amazing. Dreams Never Die 95, my guy, thank you so much for your generosity. It's like your third or fourth one. Can't wait to hear more Blackbeard matchups, especially after getting updates on certain characters like Katarina and Yamato. Keep up the awesome theories. Hey, thank you. And the Katarina and Yamato one, that's probably the next Blackbeard fight I'm gonna do. That one did not do that well in the poll I did, like where I had him rank it. It was like maybe like 9th or 10th overall out of 14. But I like it so much, I might just be doing it sooner rather than later, because I'm 100% on that match. That is one of my most locked in matchups, is Katarina and Yamato. If you don't know why, you'll just have to watch the video. Just trust me. We were talking last night about theories where people were like, oh, I want Katarina to fight Nami or Robin or whatever. And I was just over there just like, y'all, I'm telling you, I wasn't actually saying this because I was pretty tired at that point, but I was thinking, it's Yamato. I'm telling you, it's Yamato. Palm Primus, Crocodile is Luffy's mom. Yeah, that's canon. That's canon. That's actually canon. Blazer, SBS is canon. Light novels are canon, but Mast appearing in the manga isn't likely. No, he's pulling up, man. Mast Deuce is coming. No. He's coming. He's not just pulling up. He's pulling up with the Last Road Poneglyph. He's pulling up on that black ship. Whirlpools everywhere. No one's getting close to him. We're going to see him ready to go. He's going to be like, it's time for us to meet, Luffy. Time for me to help you. Ace has a gift for you. Just give it another couple years. Because if Man Marked by Flames doesn't appear before Elbaf, it's going to be 4+ years till we meet him. So it's going to be a while. But Doron, you said someone should do a video on canon SBS stuff. That's what I'm doing. I'm going through it's gonna be like a 2-hour video. I'm gonna do Law novel, Ace novel. I don't think I'll be able to talk about the Zoro novel, but maybe. I want to go through every SBS, not talk about every question, but I want to say at least one thing from all 100 whatever SBSs. I want this to be a long video with tons of info, so people can just come back in perpetuity and get all of it in one video. That's my goal with this one. So, Mass Deuce got soloed by Foxy. Dow. I mean, I don't disagree that would happen, but when did it happen if it did? Because look, Foxy's soloing everyone, all right, except for Luffy, because Foxy was 920-0 until he fought Luffy. And honestly, guys, Foxy was in the Grand Line. Okay, I know we've trivialized the Grand Line a little bit, especially now that we're in the New World and everything. But for Foxy to be 920-0 while in the Grand Line, top tier. Luffy's not 920-0. He's not even close. He's lost dozens of times. So I'm just look. When Foxy pulls up, it's, you know, we saw him a few chapters ago. So just get ready. But all right, guys. I think I'm about done. I'm getting pretty tired. Wow, that was like over 2 hours. I remember starting this like, Dak, try to get it done in an hour. You're too tired, and here we are. Great stream, guys. Seriously, I had so much fun, as I always do. Couple announcements before I go. Of course, I already said it like 3 times, but TCG giveaway sign up tomorrow. Gonna be members only post. Keep an eye out if you are a member. Please sign up. We have a lot of people every time now, but I want to keep growing that. I don't know when the next video will be out, but I am beyond motivated to get working on some videos after Anime NYC. I'm motivated in a lot of ways, so you're going to see some videos for sure. I also want to get a lot more active on my second channel. I really want to start pushing that more. I think I'm going to start doing some shorts there and more discussions, and I have a couple videos maybe even planned, so a lot of stuff coming, so just be on the lookout. Other than that, go to Anime NYC next year. That's all I gotta say. If you have thought about it, or you live in the area, even if you just live in the area, try to just come meet up. Like, you're gonna find us. We're rolling like 30 creators deep at this point. We have a giant squad. We have a hard time finding restaurants to get tables at because we have so many people, but it's all good. We're just gonna keep doing it. So definitely show up. And then the last super chat for today, my guy, Alexander Fiorello, another name that I love saying on YouTube, with the $2 super chat. Good to see you, my guy. Glad to see the review. Hey, thank you. I'm sorry I'm dipping right when you got here. We've been going for 2 hours, but it really means a lot. It was a great chapter. 7.5, which is bordering on great or good, but regardless, great chapter. I love KIZARU. I love the Zoro stuff because there's a lot to talk about. I'm probably gonna do a video on it, but thank you, Alexander, for real. We talked about a lot of stuff today. It was great. So thank you guys again. Seriously, I appreciate it. It's actually one more other thing. It's a break week, so I'm gonna try to do a collab this week. I might go on someone else's channel for an Anime NYC stream. That seems like the most likely. But if not, I'm gonna get someone on here. After a meeting this weekend, I got several people that are lined up. So it's gonna be a really good stream, wherever it's at. And then Joe, you said happy day. Thanks for the stream. See you soon. Hey, you too, man. And you know, sorry if it feels like I was ripping into you for the canon stuff. It's all good. It's all love. No problem at all. So hope I didn't, you know, hopefully I wasn't too serious. But thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone, for your